Warning, the following show features stunts performed either by professionals or under the supervision of professionals. Accordingly, everything spicy and the producers must insist that no one attempt to recreate or reenact any stunt or activity performed on this show.
Hey everyone, I am Phil and this is Mother's Day. Everything spicy. How you doing? Hey, it's good to see everyone out there. Oh my goodness. Look at that. Look at my rope lighting is falling down from behind my sign. I noticed that, but I hadn't noticed it on camera before. Oh my goodness. What a day, what a day, what a day. It's been a busy Mother's Day. We didn't have a traditional Mother's Day this year. My mother-in-law's not doing very well. My mother's fine. She's got her problems and things, but you know, my mom's all good to go. But yeah, we didn't get together as a family this Mother's Day like we traditionally do, bring all the kids in and that blah blah blah. Everybody just kind of stayed home, did their own thing. I of course went over to my mother-in-law's. It did a bunch of yard work, got some things done around there she's been wanting to get done, got that done, and just kind of came home. Did some things around here, fed myself, which is always a top priority of the day, as you can tell. Although the black blends in nicely with this. It's either that or I take up the entire bottom half of the screen, and it's just you can't tell because I'm in black and it's dark behind me. But you know, oh, it's so good to see everyone. I was debating on going live today or not. After a little nap, I thought, you know, why not? Why don't we come up here, say hi to a few people, and honor our moms? I thought a couple different ways. You know, people wanted to talk about their mom or mention their moms in the chat, whether they're with us or not with us. We know they're always with us, but and then of course, you know, hey, if we want to do some mom jokes, those are always good too, right? I want to say hi to a few people. We got 16 people here. We have shared this out. If you have not shared it out, now is the time to do it as I go through. And thank those people who have come in to hang out with us this evening. We got Newfoundlanders, the Ingalls family. What's up, Newfoundlanders? Good to see you. Eileen, Baloo, the fam. What's up, Eileen? Good to see you. CB Unglesby in the house. What's up, CB? Good to see you, my friend Mike's Outdoors and Adventures. Good to see you. Just make a note, you know, hey, Mike's a member. Mike's one of our newest members within the last couple of months. If you're not a member, why not? Some cool stickers we can send out your way. If you're one of the top 2 tiers, after 3 months of being a member, you'll get a free hoodie or t-shirt. But you got to look at the tiers. You gotta make sure you know what you're looking at. You got to be in Elite Chili Head or Carolina Reaper Chili Head membership in order to get apparel for free after 3 months. Just saying. Some people don't read that and just assume. So it's good. It's good to see everyone. Good to see it. Melissa Spencer is in the house. What's up, Melissa Spencer? My throat's already. My talking has been at a minimum today. James Bernard, Jason Reapers here. What's up, James? Good to see you. Oh, JCT is in the house. What's up, JCT? And that, you know, this is another thing too. You know, there are those of us who are, you know, probably rather sad on a day like today. I know JCT just lost her mom not too long ago, and that first Mother's Day, you know, that first mom's birthday, that first Christmas, the first Thanksgiving, the first anything is rough. When you've lost, you know, a mom, a dad, that type of person, you know, you need grandson, you know. So yeah, it's tough. So what's up, Chad? How you doing, man? Good to see you, Lone Star. Happy Mother's to all Mother's Day. Brad Hurst is here. Brad doesn't have a mother. Brad was born under a rock, so in case anybody wanted to know. Dylan Overfours is here. What's up, Dylan? Good to see you, my friend. Let's see here. Jenny O'Brien. O'Brien is in the house. What's up? We got the Groovy Lava Squirrel Medic Travis in the house. What's up, Trav? Good to see you. Yeah, this is just kind of an unscripted thing this evening, you know. Nobody has to come up that doesn't want to come up. I know sometimes on a Sunday, when you want to go to, I make it an early night and go to bed and not be committed to anything. No one's committed to anything here. I could come up here, read people's chat. Did I say Brad? Did I say Brad? I may have. I don't know. See how with it I am this evening? Must have been that late nap I took. Oh, it happens. Oh my goodness. So does anyone wants to come on? Anyone want to talk about their mom? JCT, I know JCP probably doesn't want to. JCT, I don't quit talking right now because bringing that kind of stuff up is just only anyways. Oh, so I really don't have anything planned. I'm not doing anything spicy. Thought we'd come up and say hey to a bunch of people. So it's good to see everybody out there. If you do want to join, the link is there by all means. I'm lucky. I'm very grateful. Saucy Shane, what's up? Very grateful. I'm very grateful. Got two wonderful parents, and both of them are still alive. My dad's 87, 84, 87. I think he's 87. My mom's 9 years younger than that. What's up, Garrett Garcia? I'm very lucky that they're both still with us. They live down in Florida, and they struggle with health just like anybody in their later years do. But for the most part, both of my parents are with us, so I am so very grateful for that. Matter of fact, my folks will be here in June, spend a week with us this summer, like they do most summers. So grateful for that. You know what? You hear as you grow older. I'm 53 years old now, so I'm not as young as I used to be. What's up, Teresa? How you doing? I'm not as young as I used to be, but as you get older, you know how other people's childhoods are, right? How people grown up, how they were raised. You just learn more as things go along. And I've been a pretty lucky guy, as a young man, I wasn't perfect myself. I don't know about the rest of y'all. We're in the chat. I don't know about the rest of y'all, but I wasn't the perfect kid. It's been a lot of my youth that I can remember, preteen, being grounded for doing stupid crap. I've talked about, different things I've done on here online. Nothing really reckless and dangerous. I'd mostly hurt myself or small things where I'd be grounded. And, my mom, it helps my mom to keep a better corral on me. So, she did the right things by me, by keeping me home when I messed up. You mess up, you're going to be home for a while. And I think that, that's one of those things that kind of helps me out. I did have a few car accidents once I got to be that age. Which is one of the reasons why I ran off and joined the military or joined the Marine Corps. But that doesn't, that's not a reflection on them. That was a reflection on someone that was impatient and didn't do some of the things right. But, I always feel, looking back now, how I was treated fairly. As a kid, there were a lot of things that, I would have rather had been able to do. But I was treated fairly. I was always treated fairly. I was never, you might know of someone who was, got excessive discipline. Not me. I was never excessively disciplined. What's up, Raven? How you doing? You may know of someone, or maybe it's yourself, that was ever sexually abused, whether it be by a parent, sibling, niece, nephew, someone like that, nephew. So I was pretty lucky. I'm pretty lucky to make it through my childhood without anything like that happening to. Of course, made it through my life without anything like that happening to you. And I think it has, that has a lot to do with great parents. What's up, Katie? How you doing? I think it has to do with good parenting, right? They did the best they could, despite my car accidents. Once I got to be 16, and having that problem, that was self-induced. It had nothing to do with them. My parents did a pretty good job raising me. kept me sheltered from those things that, you know, might hurt me or might otherwise have scarred me for life. Like I'm sure there's plenty of people out there that, you know, as I find out as I'm getting older, there's plenty of young ladies out there that, you know, someone in the family or someone, you know, did things inappropriate, which is horrible thing to find out about for people. It's just not good. So Eric Garcia, spicy, those wings messed you up the other day. Yeah. So the other day, what was this? It was May 7th. So it was the day after my birthday. It was Friday, my day off. I was coming up with different ideas, something to do for my birthday, of course, day after my birthday. But, you know, a lot of my friends on May 6th were live, so I didn't mess with that. So, but I was trying to think of 53 things that I could do, 53 something, that would go along with the spicy channel and with that. And I thought about 53 jalapenos, but it doesn't seem like, and we don't have any habaneros in the area. I don't know if they've been out of season this year. What's up, Schmerbs? Happy Mother's Day to all the real women. Rock that hold down. You are appreciated and God bless. Definitely. Miss you too, man. So yeah, as you know, despite my size, you know, I am not a big eater. I'm a poor choice eater. You'll probably still eat like someone that has a high metabolism. My metabolism is not as high as it used to be, but yeah, we ate. If you look at the video now, the new version, I wound up doing 33 wings, not 34, and it definitely didn't do 53. Wound up doing 34 wings, and that made me comatose me for the rest of the day. I don't know how people like Katie do it, because I mean, I could do the spicy challenges, and you know, you deal with that. You deal with that kind of pain and stuff. But oh man, that was almost just as bad. I mean, it was like I had this entirely comatose feeling all day, where it was just I didn't want to do anything. I didn't feel right. You know, I had headaches. I had other issues, things like that. You guys know what I'm talking about. When it came down to it, despite how many wings I did eat, I weighed things prior, I weighed things after, and I ate 2.25 pounds of chicken meat. You know, that doesn't include the bone. So I wound up eating and then of course in the competitive eating world, 2.25 pounds is nothing. And I tell everybody, you know, I'm not a competitive eater. I eat competitively when it's spicy, but I'm not really up against anybody. I mean, we do what we do, and it gets put on the League of Fire board. But I don't eat competitively. I don't go head to head with anybody. I don't, you know, I've never had something where I went head to head with someone and you kept going until one of you two quit. So Katie's done a lot of those things where she gets in these all these competitive eating things where, yeah, you wind up, you know, there's a certain number of you're at a setting, and you go until you can't go anymore. So, yeah. What's up, Mayberry? How you doing, man? Good to see you. By the way, if you guys are looking, you know, if you're looking at people in here in the chat, a lot of great channels out there. You know, I'm lucky to have a lot of channels, people who actually have channels that come and visit here and hang out and want to talk in the chat things. And we got people that, you know, don't have channels that just like to come and hang out. What's up, Elisa Kurt? Elisa Kurtwood, how you doing? I'm telling you, the throat is giving me fits. And of course, on days like today, we talked about eating. On days like today, I don't even eat until I get done with my work. So like this evening, it probably wasn't until 5 o'clock till I ate anything. And it's just, you know, I get out, I get my work. It's easier for me to get my work done. I haven't eaten anything, and I know there's probably light things I could eat while I'm going to keep the energy level up, but I just don't do anything until Eric Garcia. Kind of great channel. You know, that's just kind of how I am. So If anybody wants to join me, we have popped the link in there a couple of times. I can sit here and talk as long as you guys keep putting things in the chat to talk about. Again, we were talking about mothers and the fact that, how lucky I am. Now, I should be getting 6 hot balls solar flare challenge this weekend. Oh, yeah. Well, I got my solar flare challenge. I don't know if you saw Maddie Spice do this. He made it look pretty easy. I got 2 of them. One to do and one to keep, because I usually have a challenge around here in case someone else wants to go. Of course, I got me another tube of terror. Can never, always want to have a spare tube of terror on hand, right? And then I've been snacking on these. If you go to blazingfoods.com, there you go. There is baked super hot pig skins. These things are actually pretty good. I think it'd be very tough for someone to sit down and eat an entire bag of these things. Matter of fact, what would really be neat to see someone do is how quickly they could do them without any food or drink. Because if you look there, just like any of these challenges, right? That would make it difficult to chew and swallow those things, how hot they are. But how are the cramps from the balls? I just got mine. I didn't have any cramps from the balls. I'll get to you guys in the basement in just a second there, Raven and Mr. Fulton. I didn't get any cramps from the balls until the middle of the night. I prepped my stomach properly. We got through the challenge. I had a little bit of milk and stuff afterwards, but nothing, no ice cream, no yogurt, none of that stuff that I normally do. And I made it right through until and I knew it was going to happen about 1 o'clock in the morning. I got woke up with the first, it wasn't cramp so much as it was just, I had an uncomfortable feeling. Thank you for Eileen for the super chat. And if you guys would thank Eileen with the black emojis, my members, I would greatly appreciate it. That's cool. Let's give her a little thank you. Ladies need some eye candy for Mother's Day. They sure do. They sure do. Let's give them that. That's scrolling pretty well. You got a tendency for taking all your clothes off. Oh man, hot damn, you got a body like. Oh man, hot damn, I'm falling hard like. I like it. Oh man, hot damn, you got a body like. I like it. There we go.
Yeah.
What's up, Russell? How you doing?
I'm doing all right.
Hey, Phil.
What's up, Mr. Fulton? How are you?
Nothing much. Happy Mother's Day.
Well, I'm not a mother, but happy Mother's Day. Right?
I know that. My mom is. Fulton.
Your mom is. I know she is. Tell her we all said Happy Mother's Day over here to her too. So
she said thank you.
You're welcome. She's welcome. So, but yeah, this now again. Going back to the hot balls, Johnny Swivel's hot balls, they seem to affect people differently on our panel. What's up, Kathy Gahan? What's up, Chaucer? How you doing, man? We had some people that really had a rough time, not so much finishing the challenge, but with the aftermath. They made it through the burn time, but so we had some people that had a hard time with the aftermath. And then we had people that aren't necessarily chili heads. Micah's Mix was one of them that really didn't have much of a problem. You could see during the burn time, there was some, redness to the eyes and things like that. But it didn't affect him and didn't affect me and some other people on the panel quite like it affected others. So it's one of those ones that's, some people could handle like the capsaicin crystals on the Death Nut Challenge better than I can. Katie talks about that. For some reason, the Death Nuts don't affect her quite the same way they affect me. For me, 1 tube is more than enough. The time that I did 2 tubes was just that was every bit of everything I can handle. The Death Nut 3.0 that I did, that's a challenge for 2 people. That's twice the nuts of what you get in a tube of terror and other things. that was every bit all I could handle. It was, it's just one of those things, man. They're tough on my stomach.
Well, then they say that if you're going to do some of these challenges, you got to have somebody with you.
That one is designed for 2 people. That 3.0 is designed for 2 people. But again, a lot of these challenges that I do more than one, because one for me on most of these challenges. Maybe the first time it's a challenge, but I like to try to be the first person to do 2 of some of these things or do an entire. Oh my goodness! Look at Fulton. Where are you going, Fulton?
No,
Just
had
dressed
a
up.
Mother's Day celebration.
All
We
right.
went out to church and we went to dinner, had some lunch.
That's good.
Yep.
Yeah, see, Katie says, "Yeah, I don't want
Say,
to
Phil, we need to do
keep his balls."
a spacey challenge soon.
Well, yeah, I had to figure out what day would be good and what you want to do.
Okay.
My advice is if you're going to do it, just be forewarned, you're going to end up regretting it.
Well, I would do whatever he wants to do. I wouldn't ask.
I know.
I know. I've seen Mr. Fulton and some of the spicy challenges he does, and I wouldn't ask him to do anything that I do, because anything that I do probably wouldn't be good for Mr. Fulton, and he wouldn't. Again, the cramps. They're not fun, especially if you've never had them before.
True. Well, I had one of these, like when my hand gets hurting really bad, I start having like carpal tunnel, those kind of things hurt. I said to myself, man, they are starting to bug me, and I can't figure out how to change the hand on, like, when it hurts.
Blake is saying you look sharp as a tack.
Well, thank you, Blake.
Except you ought to pull the rest of your bow tie out from underneath your collar.
Yeah, sorry.
No, the other side.
Yes,
Yep.
yes.
The other side, boy.
Okay. Let me get that tagged in.
Who dressed you this morning? Jeez, oh Pete.
My mom did.
I'm not going to step into that.
Oh, I can remember.
Yeah,
when
she's the one who make this all happen for me.
There you go.
That's cool. Yeah, I'm going to tell, since a lot of people don't know, is I just had my COVID vax.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. My arm is a little sore.
Yeah. Now that's your first or your second?
First.
First one. Yeah, I'm gonna tell a little something about a COVID vaccine story. My wife is not going to get it. I'm not going to get it, but she's not going to get it for one of the reasons. My wife, a few years back, I almost lost her. She was in the ICU for 7 days, wound up with a blood clot, unexplained blood clot. To this day, she's still on an aspirin a day to keep her blood kind of thinned out so that she doesn't have any more problems. Well, at her place of business, everybody has gotten their shot, whether the first or the second. And someone was rude enough at her work to happen to say, it's selfish for anyone to not get the vaccine.
I hate those people because, number one, I decided for myself.
Right.
No one. I mean, people. Even my doctor said you should try and get it. Well, I was telling them I don't trust it in a way, but so I decided to weigh out the facts.
Yeah,
I'm getting feedback.
Yeah. Here's the way I see it. Okay, for someone to say that and then know that the person that hasn't gotten the shot can hear them, and to say that is screwed up. Second thing about it is you know what? you don't know someone's specific, what's going on with them, right?
Yeah.
I've been lucky enough, even at my size, to have always been healthy, not to be on any kind of medication whatsoever. I don't get the flu. Last time I had the flu was 20 plus years ago. I had a 24-hour type. I'm just one of these people where I don't get sick. I wash my hands. I do the things I'm supposed to do. It definitely isn't my.
And that's your choice, and you have a right to decide for yourselves. People don't get it. They're trying to force people to do it, and it's not going to work.
And the way I see it is, it's nobody else's business what you do. It's nobody else's business what you do as far as, an immunization. Now, I do recommend. Now, people will, say this is, double standards. Maybe, I don't know. I do recommend that a lot of the immunizations that we get as children should be gotten. There's a lot of things out there. Because if everybody stopped getting these immunizations, things like polio, other things and whatnot could come back. So as long as these immunizations, now again, I know there are people who have gotten immunizations and then wind up with, Asperger's or attention deficit disorder or things like that. I understand that, but death, if you got a shot and it killed you, that to me, if you got an immunization for the purpose of it not killing you or to not get something and it killed you, because I've looked at some things and there's not, the percentage obviously is very, very low in comparison to the percentage of people who have died from it. But I don't know. I didn't necessarily want to get into this topic, but it was one of those things that this week kind of pissed me off, because like I said, when you say something or mention something to someone and you don't know their situation, or you're trying to backhandedly tell someone they're selfish, you just never know what their situation is. And to say something like that is just kind of messed up.
Stupid. It's plain stupid. And it's like a lot of these people don't quietly understand the situation. You have to weigh out the facts, and it's also best to talk to your doctor. Heck, if your doctor's agreeing with you that you take it or don't take it, that's your business. It should not be up to the government or the people that are literally telling people what to do.
Yeah. And again, it's someone being stupid and someone being ignorant. Someone saying that someone should do something, and if they don't, they're, hey, if everybody else is vaccinated, then what's the big deal? But that would go back to immunizations for children as well. All the children have immunizations. What's wrong with the one kid not having his immunizations, right? So,
yeah.
But what they worry about is that just becoming something that spreads. Instead of 1%.
Sorry to get you off that.
No problem. Instead of 1% of the kids being immunized in school, not being immunized in school, now it's 2%. It goes to 3%, and 5, and 10, 20, 30. Next thing you know, it's something where. So, anyways, but going back to moms. So my wife, her mom is going to be 90 next month. Is it next month? June, July? I think it's July. Oh, it might be June.
It's June.
What's June?
After May.
Which is next month.
Yeah, well, I know it's after May. I'm trying to think of what month my mother-in-law's birthday is. You guys are like, it's June. I'm like, how would you know? But I believe it's next month. I believe because she's got the same date of birth as my mom, and I believe it's June. I always mess up my mom's birth date with her anniversary. I almost think their anniversary is August. So, but she'll be 90. So my wife is very lucky to still have her mom here with us. Now her dad, on the other hand, we lost a few years back. So I know in a roundabout way what it's like to lose someone that's close to you, a parent. Wasn't my father, but you can, there's a sentimental, there's a feeling you have for your in-laws. Then there's a love you have for your spouse or your kids or the people that are close to you, that when they lose that loved one that's close to them, that you see the pain they go through. Not only when it happens. But as years go by, when Father's Days go by, and they can't celebrate it with their father,
Yeah.
it's disappointing. So I'm lucky. I'm glad everyone's here. I'm lucky to have my both of my parents still around.
Well, you're lucky, but people like me that lost their parents a few years ago has to deal with the pain of every day of not to be able to see them. But I always wish my mom a happy Mother's Day and a happy birthday on January 1st.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, there were times, Katie, in my life where I was really, really super close to my in-laws. My mom, I seem to be over there a lot. They've always seemed to need more of my help, my assistance and whatnot. When me and my wife first got married, than my own parents did. My own parents, financially were, okay. They're not great, but financially they're in a good place. And, if they needed something done, they would pay someone to get it done. And my mother and father-in-law not always. So I always felt like one of those things where it was like, even today, when I was over there, she's got 5 kids, I mow her lawn. I was over there cleaning up her yard and doing other things around her yard that any one of her 5 kids could do. But it was me. I was over there doing it. And I don't mind doing it because I know she can't get out and do it herself. When she could get out and do it herself, she went out and did it herself. She is always, she's been in poor health for as long as me and my wife have been married over 30 years.
Yeah.
But she always, if she could get out and do something, she would get out and do it. And now she's gotten to the point where just getting up and going to the bathroom takes the energy out of her. Getting out and going to the car to go to a doctor's appointment and all that that's
That's
from
harder.
Yeah, it's for that. That's her whole day. That's her whole day. So it's good. And for any of you out there that still have your parents, you're blessed. You're blessed as long as you've got your parents, and you should think about that. I think I shared this the other day. Someone video I was watching, someone was talking to another person and says, well, my parents live out of town. Oh, okay, all right. So how often do you see your parents, since they're out of town? Oh, about twice a year. Oh, all right. And how long do you think they'll live? Oh, probably another 10 years or so. All right. So realistically, twice a year, 10 years, you got 20 visits left with your parents. 20 times that you're going to see them. If you put it in that perspective, and it could be more, it could be less, but if you put it in that perspective, maybe the time that you do get to spend with them, you make it the best you can make it, thinking that a lot of us take it for granted. If, like my mother-in-law who lives down the street, you can go there and see her anytime you want. She's there. You can go there and tell her anything you want to tell her. She's there. She'll listen. Take that for granted, So, yeah, if you got parents, probably a good thing
Spend
to
time,
do.
spend time with them as much as, because one day they might be gone.
Because, I mean, even if they're not elderly, even if they're, now I start saying things like not elderly, there's people my age that are dying in their 50s, right?
Yeah.
Suddenly, Yeah, I know. I see. Katie's like, I see my parents once a year usually, because we live so far. I mean, that's me. You never know. My dad. I think my dad's 34 years older than that, so I want to say he's 87. So how many more times am I going to get to see my dad before he's gone? JCT, both her parents are gone, right? And who knew, right? JCT. I mean, who knows? If you see someone in bad health. And then you kind of can get prepared for it. I mean, we've been prepared for my mother-in-law for years. And, she said something to my wife the other day, just like she felt like giving up. She was, didn't want to fight. She didn't want to do the things that she knows she needs to do to to keep going. She's just tired of being in pain, tired of hurting, tired of, wondering why she's doing what she does to keep on going. And she does it. I know why she does it. She does it for her kids. She does it for her grandkids. She wants to be there as long as she can, not for herself, but for everyone else.
Yeah,
So that's a very selfless act. I think that's the right word.
Hey, Phil, you're gonna get a copyright strike.
Why is that?
Because there's a poster of a lion king right behind Phil or Fulton.
That ain't gonna get me no copyright strike.
I'm kidding.
Sorry.
Maybe that will. I'm kidding.
No. But yeah, I believe it's just my opinion that she's stuck around so long just to keep the family together, to keep her kids together, keep her kids' families together, and she just trugs along. I mean, when my father-in-law used to be around, we felt that she just kept herself going for him. We really thought she would pass before he passed, and he passed before she passed, and we really thought that was what was keeping her going, was stay alive to take care of him. And when he left and she kept on going, then it was just like, hey, it's the family, And then again, then some people are just, they're not ready to go. They want to live as long as they can live, even if it's not a quality of life, They just want to keep living and experiencing things as long as they can. So, yeah.
Well, Bill, I better get going. I got work tomorrow, and I'm gonna get a summer job pretty soon. Still gonna be working in the hotel.
Gotcha.
After I'm done with college.
All right, Fulton. You have a great night, okay, my friend?
And I think we should do the spicy shrimp challenge.
I don't know where I would find spicy shrimp.
They got some at the grocery stores. You can find those, and
I'll have to go find some.
Yep.
When I get some, I'll let you know.
All right, sounds good.
All right. See you later, Fulton.
All right, see you, Raven.
Bye-bye.
Take care.
And we got someone hanging out in the basement. Who's this? There's a mother. What's up, mother?
Hey. Hey, Raven.
No, you don't send me.
Is that your new she shed now?
I guess you could call it a she shed.
Looks like more comfortable.
It's her new living. It's her new living arrangement.
It's my temporary living arrangements.
Yeah, Blake, you don't send me no freaking shrimp. You hear me?
Hey, Blake.
That would be a challenge again. If we could get freaking that would be hilarious if we could get Fulton to do one or two of those. But
hey, Kathy.
What's up, Jen's Life? How you doing?
Hey, Jen's Life.
Don't see you here very often. Good to see you.
It's surprising. A lot of people look at newer people coming in and they're listening. What is this channel about? And they like it.
I see Jen's Life UK a lot in Still Winter Nation. That's where I see her mostly. Mm-hmm. I think she's a regular. I think anytime she goes live, she's over there. So that's why I see her the most. So
yeah, she probably came to see what your channel's about and stuff.
Yeah. Well, I don't go to Still Winter much. I go over there and see. A lot of times I'll go over there and not even say anything in the chat. Sometimes I do, but it's late here, hon. Oh, I bet it is. You're 5-hour difference from us. So you're it's almost 3 o'clock in the morning, like 2:40 in the morning. So, so what did you do for Mother's Day, Granny?
Work, clean.
Yeah. Me too. Yeah. Yeah, this was one of the few Mother's Days that we had, you want to call it off.
Hey, Kurt.
Where we all didn't get together for Mother's Day and do anything. So
all I know was piss the kids off, but you know what? I don't care. I got a lot of stuff done and it made me happy. That's what I wanted.
Well, there you go.
That's exactly what I wanted for Mother's Day, was to get some of this stuff done.
Well, my wife's always the one that seems to be the one that always arranges everything. So if we're coming up on a holiday, Father's Day, Mother's Day, Thanksgiving, Easter, Christmas, whatever it happens to be, it's usually at our house. It makes it easy for everyone. We're kind of centrally located, and it's easier to get everybody in here. And if you don't plan nothing,
Yeah.
nothing happens. So, yeah.
Well, unfortunately, right now I live at a dump, and everybody's too good to come to a dump. So,
Oh no.
it's the truth.
Well, as soon as you get your house built in, you'll get a.
Then they're not going to be good enough to come to my house.
I
Too
don't.
good to come to my dump, then they'll be not good enough to come to my home.
I'd love to have
I think everybody wouldn't mind. I mean, heck, would be nice to see everybody at times. Heck, I wish I could travel. I mean, heck, I would like to see how Phil's place looks.
Hey, if my mom lived, I would have went anywhere to see her. I don't care where it was. If she lived in a little freaking shack out in the woods, I would have went and saw her.
Yeah.
But that's me, so.
Yeah, it's funny. It's a different time. We live in a different time.
Yeah, but my mama died when I was 3, so I didn't really have a mom.
Oh well, shit.
And these people that's got mamas and they don't appreciate them, they need to learn to appreciate their mamas.
Well, you had I would assume you had a mom figure that filled that role when she died.
I had a grandmother until I was 16, and she died.
Okay. But see, my mom's mom was never really a mom. She lived with her granny. Her granny pretty much raised her.
Yeah.
So she knew her mom after the fact, but her granny was her mom growing up.
Well, my poor old granny didn't raise me. I'd pretty much done what I wanted, and from 16 on, I was on my own. So
I gotcha. Yeah. See, you needed. We all need a little direction from those adults that can give us good direction. Now, hey, sometimes you know what, things work out for the better. Maybe sometimes not having a parent, but having maybe not having your granny do. Maybe it turned out better because of it. Who knows?
Yep, maybe a strong ass old woman. Hey, I was painting our walls when I was 7 years old because there was nobody else to do it. Even at 7 years old, I was doing stupid shit.
I was painting them with poop. No, not at 7. I wasn't. No.
Yep.
When I was pretty young, I literally did things like a lot of kids would do every day.
Yeah.
I would play in the mud. I would play all this stuff. I enjoyed it.
I've pretty much had a job since I was 11 years old. I got my first real paint. I mean, I would do things for money, but my first real job was a Detroit newspaper route that was a Sunday only paper, and you had to be 12 years old in order to get the job. My dad had to sign for it for me because I was 11. And even that, I started off once a week, didn't pay a whole lot, but it was, it was $20 in my pocket as a kid, you cash.
Well, back then, $20 would get you a lot more stuff than what it could get today.
I mean, that's 40 years ago, right? This is 1979.
Yeah.
$20 was a good bit of change to have in your pocket. And, and it grew and it grew. They started doing dailies in our area. So then we had a daily paper. And then, of course, once I got to the ripe old age of 16, as soon as I had a car, I had a job. Always had a job, always wanted to have money, always wanted to be able to buy the things that I wanted to buy, do the things that I wanted to do, and not have to ask, for the money.
When
I was lucky enough where I either shared a car with my dad or had a junker that they would get me in order to. Until my senior year when I graduated, I bought my own vehicle. But I was always lucky enough to have a vehicle and insurance that was afforded to me. I put gas in the cars and whatnot. I was lucky in that way. But of course, back in those days, we also didn't have cell phones where someone had to buy a cell phone for me or anything else. I mean, the kids' wants and needs back in the 80s are different than kids' wants and needs nowadays,
Oh, God.
It's so much needs as it is wants.
Well, see, like I'm saying, the kids today are kind of getting spoiled or actually being spoiled today than what we had to do in our lifetime, which heck, we had to work, we had to make money. Heck, the very first phone I ever had was one of those ones that you pull up the antenna and you call and you only text, but no smartphones and stuff like that. My second phone was a flip phone, which I wish they would still have some of these.
But I mean, you've done all this in the last 20 years. I mean,
actually, it was like more than like 30 years.
Yeah, I mean,
I like I said, I remember when the first ever cell phones started coming out, and I like, man, now we're all on smart, and they're trying to think that we're going to be smart. Heck, I think they're making us much more stupider at times.
Yeah,
and the kids will say, "Well, I can't leave without my cell phone." Heck, try to live the days that we lived in. It was a lot harder. We had to go. If I had to walk and I had to try and find a payphone, put a quarter in, call my parents to pick me up. That's it.
but we had payphones. You know, they would say, you know, people then would say we were spoiled because back long before you didn't have payphones. You'd have to find a neighbor in the area that you knew, and maybe they would let you use their phone to call your parents or something. So, you know, every generation, you know, things get better for them, and they think that, you know, the previous generation was spoiled and things. I mean, it goes along with it. It's, you know, it's just how things happen. So,
well, the way technology is, like, I'm still kind of amazing with the way the internet has gone. And a lot of people said, well, they don't like Comcast. They hated Comcast. Heck, Comcast got a lot better at times, and people are still mad at Comcast.
Well, we if we all pay for something, we want it to be perfect, right?
Yeah.
If we got electricity coming to our house, and, you know, we want it to be on 24/7, we don't want any interruptions, right? So same thing with Comcast, same thing with anything. We pay for something, dang it, we don't want any interruption. We buy that car out there, we don't want it to ever break down. But you know what? It's going to happen. Your car at some point is going to break down.
No shit.
Your electricity at some point is going to be off. It's what you do. You know, do you have a backup generator? What you do as an individual that, you know, and preparedness. You know, it's almost like being a prepper in a certain way. And, you know, if you were to lose, if any of you were to lose electricity for a couple of days, would you lose everything in your refrigerator? Would you lose everything in your freezer? What's up, Chrysler Imperial H? I know I've got a generator here, so that if I'm going to lose power for more than, you know, 5, 6, 7, 8 hours, I can plug into a generator, throw some gasoline in it. So I always try to keep gasoline in here, and I won't lose my perishables.
Well, right now you can get those fuelless generators, which they last a little bit better, and they're a lot easier, so you don't have to fill them up as much with gasoline or whatever fuel they use.
And not everybody can afford a generator, or, you know, some people, there's other things that take priority over that. I mean, I can remember when the pandemic started. I don't know what made everybody think that they were going to be short on toilet paper.
Yeah, who would have ever thought?
Toilet paper and paper towels.
But
those are the two.
But what couldn't you find at the grocery store? Had you not gotten that extra 24-pack of toilet paper?
Yeah.
Would there have been a time where you were wiping your butt with old napkins, old paper towels? I don't know if there's anybody that ever got to that point where they were wiping their butts with something other than toilet paper, you know, like clean.
Well, I done figured it out. I'd have a shower head that would reach to the commode so you can spray yourself off, you know, fancy stuff, except not fancy.
Yeah, I mean, you know, did anybody in the chat, did anybody get to the point where they had, you know, every time they pooped, they had to take a shower? You know, I think not. I think we were all okay through all of that. Well, hello, Eileen. We will give Granny a little something. Here we go.
You got a tendency for taking all your clothes off. Oh man, hot damn, you got a body like. Oh man, hot damn, I'm falling hard like. I like it. Oh
And I thank you as well too, Eileen. These the super chats is what helps to keep me going in these things, allows me to try to eat 53 wings, things like that. So I do appreciate that.
Did you finish those 53?
Hell no.
Hey, Eileen, I appreciate it more than he does. Just saying.
No, those 53 wings was just too much.
Oh, they finally got to you.
Oh, it's funny because I called up and talked to a manager, trying to get some kind of deal, or trying to even if they wanted me to try them to do them there, and they would do compliment to me or something, and they just weren't having any of it. So I went and bought these 2 big tins. When I ordered them, I was supposed to get 53 wings. I got these 2 big tins of these Carolina Reaper blazing wings.
Mm-hmm.
And so I get them here, and I don't count them. I assume they counted them because they were such sticklers on, how many I was going to get, what it was going to cost, and everything else. That I ate that first tin full of wings, and there were 28 wings. And that, or was it 30 wings? I think it was 30 wings in that first tin. When I opened up that second tin, before I started eating any of them, I counted them. That second tin had 44 in it.
Oh, so it's like 70.
I had 76 wings. Or 74 or whatever.
74.
It's like, you know what? You should have kept some of your damn ass wings. Charged me less. I don't know if they were charging by the pound, if that's how they wound up, and how they determined what 50 wings was. I can't imagine I got anybody else's order, because I can't imagine at 3:00 on a Friday that anybody else was ordering massive quantities of wings, especially blazing wings, because they were still hot, But I couldn't believe that. I mean, I got 42 wings out of my freezer. None of the kids are going to eat them because they're Carolina Reaper. I'm probably not going to eat them because right now the smell still kind of makes me queasy. I started off liking them. Oh, these are good. They're tasty. Blah, 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 blah. And somewhere right around 15 or 20, they were no longer tasty or any of that stuff. It was it become an issue instead of.
Well, some people who did this food challenges like that, they would tell you not to get too much of it, because if you're not a progressive food eater as much, they would say, well, you got to stop at a certain point.
Yeah. Well, again, I was trying to do a one-time thing to 53, and I couldn't physically. Well, if you were watching, I don't know if anybody was watching. When I got to that last wing, I was having a hard time even swallowing it to get anything down. I was drinking some water, just trying to, get things to move down in my system so it would go down into my stomach. And then all of a sudden, my butt started talking to me. So once my butt started talking to me and says, you know what, we need to go upstairs, the video ended really quick.
Yep.
Because there was no way in hell that was going to happen. So,
well, I saw a lot of people post your website or your challenge, and I'm not saying that some people would think that you did it, but I don't think a lot of people are not prepared. If you're not prepared eating that much of food, what are you going to expect if you're going to try eat in chips or any of this stuff?
Well, there's lots of things that 53 might be hard of. I mean, 53 jumbo shrimp might be hard to eat. 53. Think of I first thought of 53 jalapenos, and I think jalapenos are pretty big peppers, right?
Yep.
So I would think 53 jalapenos might be a volume issue as well. I don't know what made me, but I thought just jalapenos wasn't going to be 50. Oh, great, he ate 53 jalapenos. How many people in the chili community have eaten 50 Carolina Reapers or 50 Scotch bonnets or 50 of this or 50, and he's going to eat 50 jalapenos? That seemed like it was wussing out on the heat. And it wound up that even these Carolina Reaper wings was never a heat problem. After, the first 3 or 4, and you get that little bit of burn going on, then it's no longer about the heat. So, Oh, so so your trailer, is there a room to it, or is it just one big long room?
No, it's a normal trailer.
Okay.
I've got the kitchen behind me. I'm in the living room section. I've got a laundry room. I've got a small bedroom, then the bathroom, and then got a
Okay.
big.
All right. That's what I thought. But for some reason, now that I've seen a couple of different views of it, I thought, well, maybe it's just like a utility trailer or something. I wasn't sure.
No, we lived here for a long time.
Oh, okay.
But you know, I made the mistake of letting other people live here for free, and they were just supposed to keep it up.
Hey,
And
Phil.
guess what?
They never keep it up, do they?
They tore it up bad.
Yeah. The fuck is that? What's your vacuum cleaner? About time you cleaned up your act, Raven.
I did get me a new one because the one I had was like getting a little harder to pick up stuff.
And they done crazy stuff, Spicy. They like pulled the paneling off the wall and ripped out the insulation. And then you know how the beams come down from the wall all the way to the floor?
Right.
Cut about 2 foot of the beams and put the paneling back. I'm like, what the hell was that for?
I was looking like, I don't know if you saw Kathleen.
Yeah, my mother-in-law's got a place down south in Boone, North Carolina, and it was her mother's place, and she inherited it when she died. And you know, my brother and sister-in-law, luckily they don't watch this, but you know, they decided they wanted to move down to North Carolina, get jobs down there. And my brother-in-law went down there. They were gonna stay in the place 6 months, and find save up some money to find their own place. And well, 5 years later, family finally had to get together and kind of say, hey, your 6 months are up. You need to find your own place, because that place was designed for all of us. It was, we've all kind of, done repairs around the place. We've all kind of, but the things that he did, from what I understand now, again, I'm only hearing this from other people, is he half-assed a lot of stuff over there. They had some beautiful hickory pig nut wood or something, wormy hole wood, something. And my sister-in-law went and painted over all this shit.
Oh,
I mean, wood that if you were to take it out, you could sell it for hundreds of dollars.
yeah.
And because it's such beautiful wood, and she painted over the shit, and it's just like, and this is a house the house is a rock house. It's built out of rocks that my wife's great grandfather honed himself to build this house. It was, when it was built, there was only electricity in the kitchen and dining room. None of the bedrooms had electricity. They had a single light bulb in the room with a pull chain, but no electrical outlets. The walls on the inside were all just panel over 2x4s. So it was a very modest home. And of course, a few things have been done to the place in the meantime, but they still don't have their own well. They still are off of a neighbor's well. It's still, and my wife wanted to buy it. She wanted to, but it's like she said, so if we bought it, we got about $60,000 worth of things we need to do to it. I was like, well, fuck,
Yeah.
I'm not that attached to it. Now she is. She wants to make sure it stays in the family. But it sounds like my sister-in-law is going to buy the rest of the family members out of it when my mother-in-law passes, and she's going to fix it up. Now, she says we're always invited, but
Yeah, I know. But yeah, like I said, it's a dump, but it's my dump. And if it hadn't have been here, I would have really been in dire straits.
no, you're lucky to have a place to go to.
Yeah.
Right.
And I've lived in worse.
And thank God you didn't have to kick anybody out.
Yep.
Or had to share it with someone. Could you imagine if someone was still living there and you had to move in with them?
Ooh.
Yeah. Is that where all your chicken coops and stuff are at?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what we call our little farm, So, and I used the trailer for storage mostly.
Oh, okay.
But then I ended up, what few things I could scrounge out of the house, I brought that, and I've been cleaning all my pots and pans and dishes up, because that's stuff that can run into some big money.
Mm.
And I've had people say, well, why are you doing that? You can just buy new stuff. No, I can't. You know, I can't. It's like they don't understand.
A lot of people will not understand how much it costs to replace a lot of stuff, because that cost me like almost $300. That vacuum. I had to buy it because of my older one, which it was like,
Well, and see, you're one of these people. Now, see, my mother-in-law. Oh, not my mother-in-law, but I know people that if they needed a new vacuum, they would go to one of these resale shops. They'd find one they could buy for $30 or $40. It may only last. It may not suck as good. It may only last, a year or two, but that's what they would have to do. So you're lucky that you can spend $300. Someone would say maybe you're spoiled that you have $300 that you can spend on a vacuum cleaner instead of having to go to a resale shop, spend $30 or $40 on someone else's piece of junk that they threw up that someone else fixed up. So see, there's all different levels of being spoiled.
Yeah. But that's like some of the stuff I've got, or my grandma's stuff. I'm not going to throw it away. I'm going to clean it. A little bit of soft scrub, a little bit of elbow grease, and it looks just like it did before.
Yep.
mm-hmm.
Yep.
It's like you get so many good stuff that your family had, and you pass it down, and it's like generation, and you don't want to give up like the best china that your parents have, or you literally had one of your family members take it and they use it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm sure there's things that my folks have that, when they pass along that I'm not looking forward to getting any of their stuff. I want them to last as long as they last. I mean, matter of fact, their stuff really doesn't matter to me.
Mm-hmm.
There are people that will fight and argue and all sorts of things over, they want their share of something.
Yeah.
Oh, I want to make sure I get my fair share. You know what? I don't care. I told my wife, when your mom passes, I'm completely staying out of your and your other 4 siblings' affairs on this. This is not my place to say or do anything, and I'm staying completely out of it.
Yeah,
Hey,
most
James.
of the stuff I'm worried about, I'm more worried about stuff that was his mom's, my husband's mom's, because he was close with his mom. He had a good mom. And there's been some things that I've saved that I know makes him feel good. So, there was this really old picture of hers, and it was completely black. But luckily, the glass protected it, and I was able to clean it up and actually clean the frame up, and it looks just like it did before.
That's beautiful. And that means something.
That's the important stuff, something like that makes him
Memories, good memories. I mean,
and it has no value to anybody else other than him.
right. And if it makes him feel good, to me, that's the most important thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people don't understand people who had value stuff, who remember their parents, who understood what they have come from.
Yeah.
Heck, it's like you can't get rid of it. I mean, heck, see, I want to show you guys something.
He is who he is because he had a good mom, so I got to respect that.
This is my parent. This is my mom and dad.
The beautiful picture.
Yeah, which I do enjoy, and I'm glad at least I know him so much, and I still love him, and I miss him at times.
Oh yeah. Well, that's my thumbnail today. That's a picture of my mom. I want to say she was in her teens in that picture. That's a high school picture of my mom.
Yeah.
And I got lots of pictures of my mom. From her teens all the way up through. Like when she married my dad. And she was a little blonde hottie back then. So, and she looked like the typical lady did back in the 60s with her hair all done a certain way and everything else. So, what's up, Scrapping Together? How you doing?
He's scrapping together.
Hey, Scrappy.
So,
Yeah, like people like Scrapping Together who does find. I mean, heck, if you watch some of these scrappers and you see what they're doing, they're trying to keep it, a lot of this stuff also out of the environment. I mean, heck,
Right.
that's doing a heck of a job.
Eileen says, I told my dad when he passes, all I want is a picture of him and one of my mom. Yep. And you talk about things that are other people's junk too. my mother-in-law had this old steel glider down outside of her house. She been there for years. It don't work. It ain't worth reconditioning or doing anything. And she just asked me to get it out of there. So what was her junk, I got out of there. Now it's made out of steel. So back when this stuff was an aluminum, made out of steel, I left it down at the corner of my driveway. Within an hour, someone picked it up. They're probably going to scrap it for a few bucks, put it with the rest of their steel. But to me, something that wasn't worth my time to take it somewhere and try to scrap it or to collect enough to go make it worth my while was worth something to someone else. So,
Yeah, it kind of helps out a lot of the environment. It keeps a lot of good stuff that people could probably recycle. A lot of good stuff.
yeah.
I mean, heck, it's like, what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
You can't restore it, or if you can't restore it, you can't bring it back to.
Yeah.
Some people do that.
Yeah. Well, Eileen, you talk about pictures. My one daughter worked at a print shop when my father-in-law passed, and she had a picture of him made, a big one, on a canvas for my mother-in-law, and a flag in a thing because he was retired. He was Army, and gave it to my mother-in-law. Just as something to remind him, and it sits right by where she sits in the living room. And my wife's like, that's one of the only things that I want. My daughter gave it to her. When my mom passes, that's something that, my wife wants. It means a lot to her. And there's already kids and the other brothers and sisters saying that they want that. And it's like, well, I wouldn't think they'd have much claim on it. But
Well, they could, if your daughter did it and she's able to do it again, she can make copies of it and give to the other family members.
and I'm sure it could be duplicated again. She doesn't work at the same place anymore.
Mhm.
But I'm sure if you really wanted one, it could be duplicated. The same picture, go to the same place, pay the same money, So,
Mhm.
but
It's like you look at. I mean, heck, a lot of these people literally goes out and look in yards, and they see some good stuff that they're trying to get rid of that becomes hard to use, or they can't fix them or do anything with them.
yeah, and I almost kept this other table. I took a table from her house the other day. She wanted that thing gotten rid of. And I almost kept it because it was a nice steel table, steel frame, and it had like some vines in the frame with grapes in it, and it was kind of cool. But it was old, it was rusty, and I almost thought, you know what, I could put a couple pieces of wood in there to replace brackets to hold wood, and I could almost make an outdoor like gardening table, something where I could put new wood on the top, and it could sit outside my house. And my wife wanted to do planting or planters and whatnot. She could sit them up there. She could do her soil, have her gloves and everything. And I thought, you know what? That would get used 1 month out of the year. Otherwise, it'd be an eyesore outside of our house.
Yeah.
And I thought, you know what? We always find a way to set up a couple of sawhorses and a couple of boards to do that. That way that stuff can be put away when it's all said and done. So I was like, no. I just let that go to the scrappers. And I'm sure it went to a scrapper. Again, nothing sits at my end of my driveway very long. So,
I mean, if there's people that do a lot of good scrapping and they literally like to do this, they literally will even, instead of taking the vacuum, had to put it in trash because some of these vacuums are so cheap. They'll just cut the wire and take the wire and that's it, because the copper value.
and see, Budget Bushcraft puts us the right way. Mom's sitting here watching with them, and it's cool that you think like that. That's that person is still, every one of my kids and my wife included. My grandson died last year. They all wanted a little piece of his ashes. Everybody got a little piece of his ashes in something. And, my daughter, of course, got the rest of his ashes in an urn. And I don't know why I didn't want, I don't know. I remember him in different ways. I guess for me, I didn't need a locket with his ashes or something like that in it. But I remember the little bugger and yeah, so. And when we talk about, people not having their moms for holidays, every time we have a get together and I see my granddaughter at a get together, I always think about the two of them, running around, acting a fool, and everything else when they were little. Now it's just one running around acting a fool. So
Yeah, you remember the other one as well. I mean, heck, it's a good
yeah.
thing, and it's and a lot of people just say it's harder on the family parents that loses their child. They have to remember that child at times, and it's best to remember the good things instead of always the bad things. I mean, heck, you probably enjoy seeing them as much as possible too.
Yeah. Yeah, again, the bad things when someone's gone, bad things don't seem so bad anymore, right?
Mhm.
Then you start thinking, well, you know what? He's just a kid, right?
Yeah.
That's all. Just a kid. Kids do stupid kid stuff. Kids can be bratty or whiny, or I think we all are that way every now and then. When even as adults in our own way, sometimes we could be whiny and cry and not act right. So
Are there anybody else waiting in the basement? Or is
no,
it
I
just
ain't got
us?
anybody else down there. I'm just trying to see if there's a. That's
Because Saucy Shane has said, "Sounds like my house." Yeah, probably.
yeah. Saucy talks. You know what, dude? You got four walls. You got a family. Again, your situation may not be the best, but that you got a place. You have to you got to appreciate what you do have. So I don't know how to trying to see where to do.
That was my mama.
Oh, beautiful.
Mhm. I always said her and Shanette looks a lot alike.
Yeah, it kind of does look like Shanette Williams a little bit, doesn't it?
Yep. That was my mama.
I'm trying to see if I can't. I was kind of looking for a video of them two little buggers running around my living room, but don't seem to be finding it. But y'all know what I'm talking about with the kids. So
Well, if you have it, you probably look on your what is it, Google Pictures. You could probably find it there because sometimes it backs everything up.
yeah, that's right, Eileen. We remember the fonder parts of our times with people that have passed. That's the best way to remember these people.
See, I still remember even having Thanksgiving with my parents.
And
that was
Yeah, I've heard of that.
I hadn't heard of that.
what?
And that was one of her pictures that got burnt, and I didn't know I had a copy of it, so I'll be able to print that out and replace it.
There you go.
I
Oh,
love that one. You can't tell what it looks good on here, but it's like apple tree or something down.
well, when you literally get that printed out, you could probably show it a little bit better. Sometimes when you see it on the phone, it doesn't look the same.
Yeah. Well, a lot of these places too, they can bring up the resolution and whatnot when you get to put it up to canvas or to a bigger picture. So things that we can't do here on our own, just being normal folk. So
Just remember your parents. Remember your mothers.
are things coming
Fathers.
along? Are things coming along for you, Granny? Are things still going slow?
Going slow. They still ain't got that dirt spread. All I heard was, I need to get the dirt. I need to get the dirt. I need to get the dirt. I finally got the dirt. And it sat there, and it sat there.
Now, who's supposed to be spreading it? Are you paying someone to spread it?
It's a friend. So
Oh, okay. I got you. So it's kind of hard.
yeah.
Yeah. When you got people doing stuff for you at a discounted rate or free, yeah, it's kind of hard to,
Can't really say it.
But some, I had to do it with my brother-in-law. He was helping me build my pole barn, and we got to a point where I kind of gave him payment for some of his work and whatnot, because he's a rough carpenter. He works at a union. It's like my wife says, they don't pick at a union. They don't pick up a hammer for any less than $20 an hour. So about 2/3 of the way through the job, I paid him, roundabout way for what he would do. He wanted this vehicle that, we got traded in, and I bought it for him. I handed it over to him and everything. Then I didn't see him for 3 weeks. So I had to say something to my father-in-law. I was like, he's just like anyone else. Once he gets paid, you don't see him anymore. Well, sure enough, the next day he was over there, and we got this shit done like in the next week or two. But it was all stuff that, not being a rough carpenter myself and not knowing how to do things that I couldn't do.
Yeah.
I'm better at things now. I could probably figure it out better now than I could back, 15 years ago. Only because I've gotten better at how to measure and angles and things like that than I was then. But when you're cutting sheet metal and you're cutting it at an angle, you only get one chance to get it right.
Yep.
And you damn sure better have it right.
Yeah, and I do a lot of stuff, but I can't spread that dirt out with shovels.
No.
No, you need a backhoe or something that literally will.
Well, that's a good point. We had this pole barn we had put in. It had a dirt floor, and we were gonna pour concrete in there. So I get in there with a couple of steel rakes. Now this is a 24x36 pole barn, right? We get in there a couple of those metal tine rakes, and we're gonna smooth it out with these metal tine rakes and everything else, and get it all.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Yeah. You'd be there a year.
Exactly. There were hard spots and this and that. We dug and did this and did that and spread. And it finally got to the point where it's like, all right, we wound up bringing a bobcat inside there to get it all. And then I still wound up bringing someone else in before they poured concrete to get it smoothed out. So it wasn't something you could just get in there, with
and do it yourself.
The right person with blood, sweat, and tears probably could have done it. It wasn't me.
Yeah.
It wasn't my wife either.
I'm too old. I can't do that. Now, give me a piece of machinery. I'd be in there right now taking care of it.
Right. Yeah, there's a lot of things, That's why I got my zero turn. That's why I got, some of the things I've got now to make my life easier. I got that leaf blower. When I went over to my mom's house, my mother-in-law's house today, it would have taken me forever. These stupid pine cones and pine needles, and then the parts of the pine cones that fallen off the little thing. It would have taken me forever to try to rake that all up, shovel it all up, put it in wheelbarrows. I got through that blower on my back, and it may have taken me an hour to get it all up and get it up right. But it was easier to have the blower on my back than to be sitting there with a rake and a shovel and everything else. So sometimes it's having the right tools to make a job easy as well.
Well, they have what they call it's like a shop vac, but it's what they call a vacuum, where you can put it on your back and you can still work on the outside. All it does is just suck up leaves and stuff.
Yeah.
You don't want to put rocks through it, because when you hit a rock, you're going to kill the machine.
Yeah. What's up, Rebecca Felter? How you doing?
Hey, Rebecca.
Hey, Rebecca.
Yeah, and I'm one of these people too, I help people out that I can. If there's someone that truly needs the help. If they're being lazy, if they can't do it, like my mother-in-law, she can't do it herself. She's got kids that could do it, but it's not theirs. And she's got grandkids that could do it, but it's not the grandkids' responsibility. It's kids and their spouses first before any responsibility goes to grandkids. So that's why we do as much for her as we can, just to kind of help her out, and it makes her feel better. And again, I still got some more stuff around her house I want to get done. Just make it look, because my father-in-law took a lot of pride in the outer appearance of that house. And since he's passed, or actually even before he passed, because he was blind for a few years and couldn't go outside and do anything before he passed. The outside of that place has struggled. And by God, if it takes me all summer to get it back to where it was, every Sunday I'm going to go down there. Let's just go down there, mow the lawn, and leave. 30 minutes I'd be gone. Now I go down there, spend about an hour and a half to 2 hours. Not a big deal, but I work on anything that can improve the appearance of the outside, you know, the
Yeah.
cleanliness of the yard, the organization, anything that can make it look a little bit better than when I got there. And you know, it makes me feel good. So if it makes her
Yeah.
feel good, it makes me feel good that I can do something and help out. So
Well, I say my daughter, she jumped in there and she ran that excavator and helped tear the house down. I mean, she busted her butt, but that's just like the past 2 weeks she had to work 14 days straight.
oh
So
man,
she hasn't been able to do nothing.
he was running that excavator. It was tearing it down.
Yeah, my daughter was helping doing that.
Really, I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think the only equipment I've ever run is like that Bobcat, as far as something that would be, something crazy like that. I think that's about the only thing like that I've ever operated. That was just the one time, and even then, you know, again, I chewed up that floor on the inside of that place pretty good with that Bobcat. When the way those wheels turn on those Bobcats, man, they almost cultivate or churn up that themselves. But I was so afraid when I was in there with the metal walls that I was going to turn that thing the wrong way and put the shovel through or the scoop through one of the metal walls.
Yeah.
Thanks, Rebecca. I do appreciate it. Oh, so anybody else out there got a mom story they want to share, or, you know, we're just kind of remembering our moms, our mother-in-laws, and those that have been close to us. I mean, it's a good day for that, you know. And I kind of felt bad. I got over there and got all that done. It's probably about 4 o'clock before I called my mom, you know. And I'm pretty much an only child. I mean, I got 2 half brothers that would call her, and just wish her a Mother's Day. But, you know, as far as, you know, my mom goes, I'm her only blood child, and yeah, I had a good talk with her today. It's always good to be able to talk to her. So,
Yeah, it's good to be with the
you
family.
are one
members.
goofy looking dude.
Who? Me. Who's saying I'm goofy?
I don't know. I just felt like that's what I had to do. I just felt like it at the moment.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I don't take things seriously. I just have fun too.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, as long as you know someone's messing with you, you know, and then they're a buddy or a pal or whatever, that's all right. When someone's messing with you and they don't like you, that's a different story. So.
Lord, I came home the other day and I saw 5 deer down here running across the road.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
You didn't end up trying to hit one? Just kidding.
No.
Well, hell no. You just fix that thing,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
You know, I'm just kidding around.
I won't even hit a bird. It's like
Right.
I still wouldn't hit. I mean, heck, a lot of people don't realize some of these deers are very protected.
I like seeing them run around. If I hunted, I'd know where to get some.
Yeah. Well, we happen to be in a part of Michigan that has a lot of deer, a lot of whitetail, and we have about 15 to 20 that go back and forth on our property early in the morning when it first starts getting the least bit light outside. They go one way at the end of our property, heading one way, and then late in the evening they come back the opposite direction, go get bedded down. I go out to this tree line out here, which I probably got about 30, 40 feet from the edge of the tree line to the neighbor's property where a fence and grass starts. And you'll see all sorts of places out there where they bed down. Heck, we've gotten up early in the morning and there'd be deer laying out in the middle of our yard.
Yeah.
You know, sleeping. And I don't know why they do that, because I would think inside the brush and whatnot would be a little more protective and whatnot. But sometimes we see them right out in the grass.
They'll sleep anywhere. It's like you gotta understand that some of these deers will sleep anywhere. And if you see them laying down in your front yard, you would be so lucky. But just be careful what they might do, because some of them have these.
Oh, Harry.
And you don't want to get stuck with one of those things.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of times you'll find deer horns too.
You know, I've never been lucky enough to find any deer horns. All the times I've been out there, I've never been lucky enough to find any deer horn. So,
Well, you may end up finding a few here or there, or sometimes somebody will pick them up, or you know, they decay very fast at times.
Hey, Mike.
give me a wave there, scrapping together. Wave to me, scrapping together. All right. Just want to make sure. How you doing, man?
Mom story for you.
Oh, okay.
I was about 13 years old. Mom told me to take the mop bucket out and dump it. I didn't do it. I walked away and told her to take and do it herself. My mom was a steel worker. She punched me square in the chest, knocked me over the mop bucket, spilled it all over the floor, and I landed in it. And she made me mop the entire kitchen floor 3 times.
For her.
You don't mess with a steel worker, especially a female steel worker.
Yeah, my mom was
Mom was
paddling.
only like 5'1".
Yeah. Yeah. I was only punched by my dad once, and I had it coming, and it was right to the chest. And I never felt ill about it ever because I knew I deserved it. So
I've been spanked by my parents before, and
yeah, I've been spanked. Yeah.
I mean,
spanked. I was paddled with paddle. I remember. You know, it's funny because I remember seeing a thing in the paper recently where there weren't any charges being brought up against this teacher that paddled a student with the mom present. The mom was present. Mom said, "You can do it." The video went viral, and then they were trying to bring charges up against the teacher, even though the mom was present. And I'm thinking, you know, I don't think even if I don't know that I would want the school to discipline my child with a paddling. Now I was. And I had no problem. And again, looking back at it, I had no problem with it.
Mhm.
But I think, you know, I discipline my children. Now, I think the biggest problem with a lot of people is that, you know, their kids act up at school and they don't discipline them when they get home.
No.
What's up, Bradley Whitworth? How you doing, man?
Bradley.
There was one time. Okay, this is a long time ago.
What?
When I was in junior high school, and I literally the very first time I ever ditched school.
Mike, you got issues. We need to talk later. What's up, Dr. Smith? How you doing, man?
Brings me up and
I got in trouble as a kid one time because my sister crashed her bicycle. My aunt reached over, pulled baling wire off the fence and beat me with it.
Wow.
I wasn't watching my sister.
There goes Mike again.
Oh, and call me daddy.
All right, Daddy.
Well, how is it that she's spanking you and calling you daddy? Those two things don't go hand in hand. She's either dominating you or you're dominating her. If she's dominating you, she's not calling you daddy. You can't. It doesn't go both
Now
ways.
we don't like
around.
when he's off camera.
You're either telling her she's a bad girl and you're spanking her, or she's doing the same to you. It goes one way or the other. It just, you know, how it works.
I like
Not that I'm an expert at it or anything.
Are you sure?
All right, yeah.
Phil,
It just doesn't seem like that's the way, you know, it doesn't work.
I got a compliment on your shirt. I like that.
Yeah, I think I want to see if I can't replicate this. My wife bought this for me. When you go into Teespring, they don't have this script in Teespring. The like the constitutional type script. I don't know what you would call it.
Yeah,
But I thought, you're ruining this, Phil. Shut up. Knock it down, Mike. Okay, knock it down. But,
Harry, that won't keep him from piping. He can still pipe.
so
I
basically,
didn't get nothing today. It rained all stinking day.
it's raining here right now, but today it was kind of on and off, like misty, kind of rain, cold and cloudy. I mean, it actually wasn't a bad day to be working outside because the heat was not a factor. Now my weight and the type of work that I was doing, was a factor, but the heat wasn't a factor. Now when I start trying to do this stuff come the summer months, heat's going to become a factor.
Well, the summer months is going to be pretty darn hot.
Yeah, well, it's not as hot here as it gets there. I mean, we get highs sometimes up in the 90s, but we don't get the hundreds and whatnot. I mean, it's humid here. Nice thing, again, I'm gonna be spoiled right now. But the nice thing is here is when I get overheated from working out in the yard or whatever here. Don't want to sound spoiled. I do have the pool. I can go jump in and bring that body temperature down, and I will tell you, that makes all the difference in the world.
Well, when it gets hot here, it's like you got the you got the heat index and you got the humid, and then once it comes together, it's like and the altitude is what would end up getting you at the time, because a lot of people think that, oh, you're not that high. We're the highest and we're the oldest capital.
Travis,
State
you
capital.
handle this for me?
Raven, shut the fuck up.
I'm just.
There you go, Travis.
How you doing, Travis?
Oh man, it's been a long day.
Has it been?
Long day.
Are you working tomorrow?
I'm supposed to, but I'm taking it off for my super soft birthday party.
Super soft?
Yeah, it's gonna be super soft.
Sorry to hear that for your wife.
Oh, she's got to work anyway, so.
Oh, well,
Just to get away from all that.
But I also just scheduled my sloth video, which is premiering tomorrow.
there we go. Yeah, Budget Bushcraft. I've been waiting to get
Hey,
my
Kathy.
peppers outside. My peppers are all still indoors. So
Eileen.
So you have it all edited and everything?
It is done. I just watched it. Almost made me cry.
Made you cry? Almost made you cry.
Yeah. You don't
Yes, it
understand,
was
man.
fun.
It was like one of the greatest days of my life.
Wow.
You should have done that live, Travis.
Well, that was 2 weekends ago.
Wow. Well, when I'll get a chance to see your video.
So do you have it premiering, or is it just going to pop up at a certain time?
It's premiering at 6. I'll be there.
Tomorrow?
Yeah, 6 p.m.
So,
Okay.
so y'all know, keep an eye out for that. If you got the link, you can put it in here.
That'll be 5 p.m. my time.
Between now and then, I'm sure nobody will remember.
Yeah.
We're all kind of like that. Yeah, that'd be cool. So, because all we've got to see is still pictures of the sloth. None of us have gotten to see
I'll be right back.
any live pictures of the sloth. So,
I will. Let me see.
scrapping together. What's your first name again?
Bill.
What is it?
Bill.
Well, I should be able to remember that then, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because I know the other guy is Dan. K&D scrapping is Dan. I try to remember these guys' names, but I don't see them often enough. I see them in Mike's when Mike goes live, but I don't get to watch much of Mike's live because I'm at work, and work is constantly monitoring my what I'm doing and what's going on with me. So
There you go. I posted it.
there you go. So if you want to go to that link, folks, and just put a quick set a reminder that's going to come on 6 o'clock Central Time, right?
Yes.
6 o'clock Central, 7 o'clock Eastern if you happen to be the same time zone I am. So you definitely want to be the first one to see it. So Well, you won't be the first now. And I was Travis.
Mm-hmm.
I went 4 places, maybe 5 places, and I could not find the Dragon Share. So the place that had it had 2 cases. I bought one of them. Didn't have any more. I even went to the counter and asked the guy. He's like, nope. So I went. I'm trying to think. 2, 3, because we have a few liquor places that are big liquor places, but are also. But I'm tomorrow when I go to work, when I take my lunch break, we've got a couple places there in Rochester Hills that are big liquor places. One of those 2 places should have it. I'm hoping anyway. So
I mean, don't put yourself out for it, man.
I'm not putting myself out. It's places I will drive by and I'll just pop in there, and if they got it, they got it. But
I got my sunflower seed stuff in my solar flare.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you happen to see Maddie Spice do that?
Yeah, he said it was. He messaged me and said it wasn't like it was bad, but it wasn't bad.
Right. Not like the 6 balls.
No.
Yeah. So. But I think I'm just going to do the one. I'll do the one live, or probably live, and then I'll probably just keep the other one around in case someone else wants someone to do it with or something. Want someone
the
else
solar flare, you bought 2 of them. You always
I do that when something's new.
I still gotta do this shit.
Yeah, that one. I still got one of those.
I don't want to do that though.
That's a rough one to get
as well.
That's rough. I had a rough night with that, doing the whole thing. I've got 4 peanut brutals still back here.
I have
I've done 3 or 4 of them already.
Blazing Food Challenge.
At one time, Phil, they had at one of the liquor stores here, they had a habanero moonshine. The moonshine actually had habanero peppers in it.
Now I'm good with that. The one thing I had a vodka that had habanero in it, and I did not care for it. It was almost like a, you know how alcohol will kind of almost give you a little bit of a warm thing in your chest. Anyways, it was almost like acid reflux for me. It was all real chesty and real. I didn't care for that feeling that I got from that, but I'm always up to trying something new. I just, for me, I'd much rather do something that's spicy and have my beer or something be refreshing, as opposed to put my spicy with my refreshing. What?
Phil, have you tried those almonds I did today?
Which almonds?
The Blue Diamond, like the bold flavors.
Yeah, I did those about a month ago. I did the one, and again, that was my one video that was like a minute long. There was 0 heat to it, and I did the Carolina Reaper ones, and it was like
I thought the ghost pepper ones, they had a little bit of heat, but nothing like maybe a 2 if I ate the whole can.
Yeah, and that was this. I ate about 5 or 6 nuts, chewed it up. I expect if it's Carolina Reaper, I'm going to get something. It's going to do something to my scale, and it did anything. And I had nothing to say about it. I couldn't say anything about them. So it was one of those ones where, hey, video ended. I was done. So, because I won't sit up here and lie to people.
Yeah, and I can tell you tomorrow my wife is in the video, so people actually get to see my wife. It's
really
she doesn't know, but it's on there. Micah did not edit her all out, so y'all will get to see my wife at some point.
Well, my wife's been in a couple of things, but not only one where I was telling her to eat the bean, where I was trying to before one of those Jelly Belly flavored bean thing. I was trying to get her to eat a bean before we did it, and I got her in a video doing that. But
yeah.
Well, wasn't she in with you at the time with that 34 chip challenge?
Oh, when she was behind me rubbing my back. Yeah. She has been in some videos where she's been consoling me because I was an idiot and I was in pain, and she was trying to make sure that I didn't die on her. So yeah, there's a couple times. Yeah, so there's been a couple of those times. But where she was actually in the video.
I had a weird day yesterday.
Was that?
Had a weird day yesterday. No, for a while. Walk in, 2 ex-girlfriends are standing there talking, and they're talking to the other girl that I've run around with, and they're all standing there talking. And I didn't even stay in Walmart. I just left.
I wouldn't.
And I just felt it wasn't safe to stay in there.
Yeah, if you see any exes standing around talking, it's probably not about you, but you don't want it to become about you. So it's like, whoop, don't even want to be seen.
Granny, are you moist
That
right
wasn't
now?
a group that I wanted to
Is
take you into.
Huh?
Nothing. It was Raven that made you moist. I know it. I know it.
Oh, it was Raven that made her moist?
Oh, fuck you, Travis. Fuck you. Oh, shit.
She got to leave the camera now.
I'll be back in a minute.
She's
like, she says, I have to go finish.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Where's Raven? Or where's not Raven? Where's Travis? Where's Travis?
What?
Yeah,
Nope.
She's
Can't
gonna
get to
go.
me.
She's gonna go lady rub one out real quick.
Travis?
Can't hear you.
Fuck
Go
you.
flick the bean. Flicking the bean.
Fuck you.
Mayberry is just shocked.
All right, well, you guys, I gotta get going because I got.
Good.
I gotta watch. Shut up, Travis. I gotta watch my NCIS Los Angeles and New Orleans.
I got you. All right,
You guys
Raven.
have
Have
fun.
a great night, my friend. Thank you for coming up and hanging out with me. I do appreciate it. Hey guys, go
Travis.
check out Raven's channel, Raven the Blackbird. It's on YouTube.
Take care, guys.
Good night, man.
I ain't going.
Oh,
I tolerate it for my other friends, but I'm not going. Raven, I'm just fucking joking. Chill out, man.
he did have one night where he got a little perturbed, and then he came back and was like, all right, I probably shouldn't have got perturbed. We give you a hard time just because that's, kind of what we do.
Yeah.
We give each other a hard time. I was trying to explain to someone the other day that there are no Navy regs anymore for the length of your hair on the top.
Army rigs.
Army reg, sorry. But and he was looking at me like I was stupid. I'm like, no, that's what I was told. As long as when it's under a hat or whatever, it looks fine.
As long as when you take it off, it is a tapered appearance and it is well kept.
There you go. That's what I was trying to explain, but they wouldn't believe me. I was like, that's what I was told by someone that's currently in. So
I got a haircut today. Look at that.
yeah, look at that shit. Holy shit. Can't imagine. We had a guy when I was in the Marine Corps, he had curly hair. So this everything around here was regs. He could take, and when he took his hat off, it looked like it was all right. But he could take one of those curls from the front and pull it down to his chin.
Yeah, mine goes down to my front of my hair goes down to my lip.
Yeah. So you're
I can't do that.
Curling is cheating. Curly hair cheats because it like bounces. It's like a spring.
Right. Yeah.
You have to pull it down. Mine is just straight. So
yeah, my son can pull his hair down to his chin. He shaves the side. It's not really a mohawk. I don't know what he's doing with it right now, but yeah, he didn't ever wear a mohawk, but he's had it up in a man bun a time or two, and it's like I know. And I looked the first time I saw it, it infuriated me, and then I got to realize that what, it's my boy. But you often, associate that with.
Now, what's bad is when you're old.
what?
When you're old enough, you got to trim your eyebrows because they stick out farther than your hair does.
Geez, Mike, couldn't you give us this picture, Mike, with your shirt on? There's E-Waste hair.
Yeah, that's a ponytail. That's not a man bun.
Yeah.
I'm okay with the ponytail. That's good, clean working.
That's just not going to a fucking barber is what that is. Mike don't want to waste any of his hard-earned money on freaking barber or on razor blades. That's because they expected Navy to look pretty from behind. Wow. A little dig at the Navy. What does he? Well, he's in the Army, Kathy. You know this. Maybe you don't know this. Maybe you're not talking about. He's in his final year. They ain't gonna give him much shit.
This is true. I do what I want.
Millennial Mike. Oh, jeez, oh Pete. Yeah, she got all wet and nasty. Now she got to go change her panties. Yeah, that's probably what happened, Mike. She got all soiled and smells old and musty down there now. And
oh, come on, man! Mother's Day. All right, Kathy, have a good night.
Good night, Kathy Gahan.
Guarantee
Appreciate you coming in, my girl. Hey, guys, go check out Kathy. You're the channel with all the dogs, right? You go check out Kathy's channel. Kathy and her dogs. So, Blake's like, damn, Phil. I can only do this because she's a friend. You know, she's a friend. Maybe not for long, but...
What was that from Grandma's Boy? It smelled like the Great Depression. Oh, shit. Oh, never mind. Nothing.
Hi, Granny. How you doing? Why are you flipping us off?
Pick on me.
Huh?
On me. And for the record,
I haven't picked on you at all, Granny. I'm not.
And for the record, I like ponytails on men.
Yeah, Bill was the worst one, to be honest with you. We couldn't shut Bill up.
I've been listening to y'all.
Yeah, right.
Bill was just gabbing and gabbing.
I'm innocent, but I'll take the blame.
What'd y'all do? Scare Raven off?
No, he had to go finish too because he knew what you were doing.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Yeah,
great. I'm so
had to-
going to kick your ass if I ever meet you.
Yeah, he had to go rub one out.
He's like, Granny.
Good.
Kathy, I'm always kind of afraid that I mix someone up with someone else. So that was deep, spicy. Yes, my dogs. Yes, your dogs are lovely.
That's what we're calling them now?
That's what we're calling them now.
Okay.
Butch and Sundance. Just joking. Don't know what her dogs' names are, but.
So I just messaged Micah saying that Amber was going to kill him because you didn't edit her out. And he's like, oh, shit, I forgot. He says, I can fix it. And I was like, nope, it's done.
Nope, it's done. I'm going to say it's going to be sent out this way. They only hit you 1 or 2 times in the arm when they get put in the videos. So
I'm like, sorry, love, it's already out there. Can't do anything about it. That's not how the internet works.
You know, I got my wife to help me with that one TikTok video where, you know, I tell that joke and then she smacks me in the arm really hard. I think it was more about she was okay with being in the video as long as she got to hit me. So, which is actually normal around my house, but you know, I'm used to it now, so it doesn't really faze me anymore.
Oh my God.
What?
What's Mike sending you? Did he send you a dick pic again? Jeez, Mike.
I mean, if that's what you want, Granny, I can send you one of those.
Yeah.
No, that's not what I want.
Bill, Granny wants some dick pics. Get to it.
Oh God. No.
Granny, I'm sorry, but I'll never see anything like that.
Thank you.
I will, Granny. I'll make up for it.
No.
Roxy and Crazy.
Quavo.
I bet you there's lots of
Kathy,
guys
your birthday is
that like
the
your
15th?
puppy, Kathy. I'm not talking about your dog. I'm just saying.
Kathy's
Your birthday's on the 15th. Nice.
We have a lot of May birthdays here.
We do have a lot of May birthdays. It's funny because was it April?
I only have
Sty, Ann, and Samantha. But then May we got a shit ton too.
Yeah.
I only have one picture Granny might like it. It's me wearing bib overalls with no t-shirt on.
What, you're wearing a bib? What?
Did
Look
you
like
have
a
a
single
suit
male.
like that? Yeah, she would like that about as much as she likes this. Exactly. See, everybody gets a good chuckle out of that.
So, Dylan, are you going to get the Angels Envy rye or are you going to get the regular Angels Envy? Because if you can find the rye, get the rye. The
I
Angels
saw
Envy rye.
Angels Envy
is-
today, $60 for
Mhm.
that bottle. I was like,
But the rye is better. If you can get the rye, get the rye.
It's almost
So I
almost
thought
10
$60
o'clock at night.
or 35. I
I'm
went
getting
with a
messages from
$35
people.
bottle.
I can get that bottle at my shopette right on post. $25 because it's on sale. right
Really?
now.
Oh, I love the PX, man, because the PX there were no taxes on that shit. That's so nice. It's too bad the shipping would make it more expensive to have you buy it for me.
Night, Kathy.
That's what I worry about sending this 12-pack to you, is how much the fucking
Night,
shipping gonna be.
Kathy.
Because I can remember sending someone a 12-pack of beer and spending or no, it was a case of beer because it's 2 12-packs and it being so expensive. I'm like, what the fuck? But
Well, I'll pay you for whatever it is if you find
I
it.
got you. I know you would if I sent it. So, and we'll find. Hey,
The
if it's
cans
to be
don't
found,
weigh-
it'll be found tomorrow.
Cans don't weigh that much. You got to pay for liquid.
What is it?
We just say the liquid is it's cologne.
Well, I've also done. I told him when I was sending this case of beer out, I was tell the lady at the place. She's like, "Well, what's in here?" I was like, "Oh, it's a Mountain Dew Baja Blast. He can't get it where he's at, so he asked me to send him some. So I'm sending a case of Baja Blast."
They never asked me. I just like, I'm paying you. Take this package and go.
Now,
It's a transaction.
That sounds like it's a drug transaction there.
I don't know.
Phil, show Granny the last pic I sent you.
Oh my God.
Uh-oh.
Granny, did you get the picture I sent?
No, I don't want it.
Well, I showed. Oh my gosh! No, I'm not going to show him that. If you want him, Jesus.
I don't want to know.
I didn't need this on my phone, Mike. I got enough bad stuff on my phone. I don't need this on my phone. Thanks for bringing me into your world. Okay. Now I have to burn my phone. Jeez. I thought it was bad. I thought it was bad enough when someone put AOC's face on a chick giving a blowjob on a porn thing.
I enjoyed that video, Phil. Thank you for sending
Isn't
it to me.
it? And she's talking daddy, and it even sounds like her voice.
It was legit. It was legit.
Dude, man, that is good editing. I mean, they didn't use face.
That's
They
the
used
best
something else.
way to use the Reface app ever.
But that's not Reface, right?
It could be. I don't give a shit.
I didn't see Reface anywhere on there, but man, it looked.
Oh,
real.
I don't have Reface on mine either because I paid the $2.99 for the subscription.
Oh, okay. Sorry. When did we discover a new planet? Yeah, I'm not quite sure what to say about that, Harry, other than it was hairy. And gross. I mean, I've shown my tits up on here, but I don't know that I would ever take a picture of my tit and send it to someone. Just saying.
When you showed it to everybody.
Yeah, well, I do have that one big. Yeah, that's yeah, well, I guess. I guess I'm guilty. Oh,
Oh
I still
my.
got to do something with these dang mouse traps over here one day. Got 78 mouse traps over here unused.
Well, send me a few because I got mice in his trailer.
I think you just need to go outside on the sidewalk, and then for every super chat you get, you roll one more foot, and you just roll over them. You just space them out.
I
There
sit
you
here
go.
online with you guys, and one walked out from under this damn seat I'm sitting in. That's like, oh shit.
Yeah. Why you can put mouse traps in, but I got a feeling where you
Granny,
live,
put
you ain't ever
Coca-Cola in
getting
a
rid of
saucer.
them. You're just killing the ones that are already there.
Good night, Mike. Have
Put
fun with your
Coca-Cola in
buddy.
the saucer out for them.
What?
Mike.
Yeah, a mouse can't belch. They'll gas up. It'll kill them from inside. The carbonation will.
I want to catch them in a trap so I can get rid of them. I don't want them dying in the walls and stuff.
Well, no, you don't want them dying in the walls. I put the food up in the attic every now and then when I hear them, and they're up there dead somewhere. But
Well, I
they're
can
above
get
me.
them. There's some mouse traps here somewhere, but I don't know where in all this junk. I put peanut butter, and they love peanut butter. They'll fall for it every time.
Peanut butter is better than cheese.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why the whole 1940s 50 thing was always a mousetrap with cheese, because peanut butter, and it's harder for them to lick peanut butter off than it is for them to eat cheese off. Not that I would know anything about licking peanut butter off, but I'm just saying. I would assume that it's harder to lick peanut butter
The
off.
answer to your question,
Somebody timestamp that one.
the myth of cheese-loving mice goes back to when people routinely stored food in cellars, wooden barrels, and earthen jars kept grain safely out of reach, and meat was hung for the rafters secure. The only thing that was put on shelves
Hey,
was
Sam.
cheese. So there you go. That's where it came from.
Gotcha. On
Hey,
your
Sam.
way home from dinner. Well, good here, Sam. Hope you enjoyed your dinner out.
I don't want no sticky paper stuff. I want to kill
Yeah,
them.
I've done the sticky trap. Here's the problem with those sticky traps: is the mice get stuck to it, they
And it's
shit
loud.
themselves all over the place, and then if you find them, usually find them while they're still alive because they're making all sorts of noise trying to get off, and they're just getting themselves. And then you got to take them outside, and then you got to whack them over the head with a shovel.
Yeah.
I just use a big rock. That's what
And
we
it's
use
just,
for.
and it's just, it's just better. It's just better off to have a trap. Let the trap do its business. They don't shit all over the place, and you just
Yep.
throw the trap and everything away.
Yep.
I did pounce on a mouse once.
I actually seen somebody take a bucket and put that green slime that you could get in the store for kids, and put a board on it where they climbed up the board to get it, but they had laid the food on top of it where the food would stay on top. But when they fell down in that slime, they couldn't get back out.
Yeah, I've seen something like that where they have like a dowel rod going across there, and the dowel rod's got something slippery on it, and they
Spins.
climb up it to get the food. The thing spins, they wind up in the water, and they drown. And they can't get out.
Yeah, once they get in something wet, and it's like a bucket or something, it's wet, they can't get out.
That's my problem too. Once it's wet, I can't get out. It stays in.
God, y'all.
Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day.
We're talking about
And I look
mousetrap.
for those,
You see,
I look for those drunken comrades too. That must be like a Texas thing.
What?
Drunken comrades.
It was at it's a Houston brewery.
Okay, that's probably why you couldn't find any of that here. I even tried to look it up online and couldn't find it online.
I will go. I got to stop by Specs tomorrow. I'll see if I can find it, or the Total Wine.
But I found some stouts today. I'm always kind of leery of buying just any stout. I saw one today that the first ingredient was like coffee. I'm like, After having the KBS, it was really coffee heavy.
Mhm.
I'm not sure that I want one that's kind of like coffee forward. Coffee and chocolate could be part of it. But although the KBS, the first one I drank wasn't that good, the final three that I had a little bit of the Knob Creek 120 in them, and they're fine.
Well, you missed it, Phil. I'm getting a crown. I'm getting a crown or a tiara from Jimmy.
Oh,
because I finished 8 barrel-aged beers in one night. So I am right now the king of the barrel-aged. So he bought a crown that we're going to ship back and forth.
Oh God.
that's a competition I wouldn't want to be part of.
It's bad.
It's going to be a bad
I
competition.
think I finished it at 6 a.m. and I was like, oh, fuck. So I started out, I was like, okay, I got 6. And he's like, you could do more. So I slammed the 7th and I just sipped on the 8th. And I was like, this is going to be horrible.
It's going to be horrible. Well, I know when I went to the store today, I found, which it hadn't been at the stores, some Backwoods Bastard again.
They have a new one that just came out. It's called Half and Half, I think.
Oh,
I'd never seen it before. Not the Backwoods Bastard, but another Founders.
yeah.
I think I'm going to pick it up next time I go, maybe tomorrow, and see what it is.
And I
It does have green emeralds in it, Mabry.
And I did get me some more Dragon's Milk. So Dragon's Milk kind of seems like to be like my go-to. But where I hadn't seen this at Myers in a while, they had only one 4-pack there. Then, of course, when I was looking for the Dragon's Share for you, I went to another one, and they had like 6 4-packs, and I almost bought all 6 of them. But I was like, you know what? They'll still be here. I'm hoping for it. So
I've never had a Dragon's Milk, so
really,
maybe I should pick those up tomorrow and try that.
they're actually a really good, not expensive, mainstream type, stout. And it's again, I was just thrown off by any of these things that says milk. I don't understand I don't know why any of these got milk in them, or say the word milk in them because there's no milk in them.
Or lactose. Well, lactose.
But yeah, I don't understand that behind the names of the beers. But it's like, all right, well, whatever. But and then there was the one. What was it? Nitro Stout or Nitro?
Yeah, the left hand.
Yeah. Is that any good?
I like the regular left hand Nitro Stout. The one that we had during our stream, me and Micah, the Cosmic whatever.
Yeah, you guys hated that.
We didn't even drink it. I still have 3 of them in my fridge. I just haven't poured down the drain yet.
Yeah. And then they had this 4-pack of beer. I forget what it was, but they were in black cans, and it was $30 for 4 cans.
Damn.
Yeah, and they were stouts, and I'm like, I can't bring myself to do that.
I'm trying to see because I saw a lot of posts about the Pantera beers. I'm gonna try to pick up some for Saucy.
But that's all down south, right?
It's Texas.
Only Texas. There you go.
So I'm gonna see if I can find some tomorrow. For
and I'd love
Saucy.
some Pantera beer, but I don't want to. I want to pay for the shipping for it, so I'm good. So,
Or I'll
live without it.
Yeah.
So.
I'll send you a couple.
Yeah. I'm good. I'm really. I would want them more for the can. What did I buy for the cans? I bought Devil Dog bottles back for the day. They had a Doberman on it just because it said Devil Dog in the Marine Corps Devil Dog thing. And then I bought some Iron Maiden beer. I forget what that was that I bought at one time. Just for the can. The beer wasn't that great, but just for the can. It's cool. So I still got a case of beer underneath my bed that's empty, of course. I bought it just because the cans look cool. It says good ass beer.
Mm-hmm.
It's got a donkey on it, and it's a generic looking can. I just love the look. I mean, the beer wasn't that great. I just love the look of the box. It came in a big white box that said good ass beer. It was really generic looking. The cans were really generic looking. I thought it was cool, so that's why I wanted it. So
I went over to a friend's house a few days ago, and he offered
I'll get a
me
drink. I'll be right
a
back.
beer, and he drinks some Coronas. I drank one of them, and I said, it tastes like I'm drinking water. To me, Corona tastes like it's watered down beer.
well, that's me now. Is drinking like these seltzers. To me, they're like it's like I don't get an alcohol anything out of it now, because now that I'm, because what I used to drink was Bud Light. I drank a shit ton of Bud Light. I probably drink more Bud Light than any one person should ever recycle through their body. I changed to Michelob Ultra in order to reduce the amount of carbs that went through my body. I actually lost 70 pounds with diet and still drinking that every single day. And of course, then at that point in time, I would also drink White Claws, because higher alcohol content, and it would fit my same koozie. And now everything I drink is either a bourbon or a barrel-aged stout type beer, and it's like, and now that I drink one of those seltzers, seltzers tastes like water. It's like I drank like four of those seltzers the other night, and it's had zero effect on me other than the number of times I had to go to the bathroom. It seemed to go right through me.
You want to come say hello? Come here. Yeah.
And that's fine. I mean, if you're used to the ales, which is what a Corona is, and Michelob and all that other stuff is, used to the ales. I mean, that's what I would. But I would have.
Actually, it's the only beer I can drink that doesn't give me a headache.
Oh, you see, for me, it used to take me 6 to 8 of those Michelob Ultras in order to get a buzz or to get something out of them. And then, of course, you're peeing a lot for that. And then, of course, to keep it going, I mean, I'd have to sit and drink a 12-pack or 16. If I were to come and do what I'm doing now with you guys, I'd have to drink so many of those things that I'd be up all night peeing. I can't do that. So.
I think my alcohol tolerance has gone up way higher than my spice tolerance has.
Well, that was a problem for me too. That's why I started doing like the Rummy Bears like 10 days in a row. I had this. I'm like Saucy Shane, thinking, all right, my my spice tolerance had gone down. Give me a second. I'll be right back.
Okay. Oh shit, Granny. He's gone now. What's up, girl?
Okay. Y'all are killing me tonight.
I'm mad because these Boulevard beers, every time I open them, like they're not shaking up or anything. I just use a bottle opener and they fucking fizz up so bad.
Fizz up.
Doesn't matter what you do. And I just want to pour it and drink it, but it takes forever because before it spills all over my computer desk, I have to pour some of it. So then you get head like that.
Ah, so you don't like head, huh?
Not this kind of head.
Have you tried, because I know Miller Beer used to do it, as long as you submerge the bottle or can in ice for 20 or 30 minutes before you open it, it doesn't do that so bad.
Well, these are supposed to be drank at room temperature, so they're not supposed to be cold.
Oh, okay.
Because they're barrel aged.
I'm not that big of a. I'm used to. If I want something to drink, go out and buy a cheap old 12-pack of Bush. That's what I usually drink.
That was my high school beer. Like when I moved out of my house, had my own apartment at 16, like our fridge, we had like 6 24 packs of Bush beer, because we were sponsored of Poor White Trash. We loved it. And then it was ramen noodles and Bush beer. That's what we rolled on. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just, it's a cheap beer, so it works.
I think the worst one I ever drank was Bud Light. And the more you drink of it, the thirstier you get.
This is true. I didn't mind the ones I did not mind out of Bud Light. I did not mind the Bud Light with lime. I kind of liked those. They have another one, the Bud Light with lime with sea salt, which is actually pretty good. But if I'm going to drink anything, like if I have just a regular beer, if I'm going to drink anything, it's going to be Coors Original.
Coors is what I used to drink when I was younger.
Yeah. Come on, drink. I'm thirsty. Stop.
And gin and vodka.
I learned the hard way to stay away from Fireball.
So
you
did
don't buy
Granny.
that big bottle and try and chug it all down in one.
I pretty much cleared that whole bottle of Fireball on Christmas between yours and Sty's Stream. I cleared that bottle pretty good.
And Fireball's
But
not
how did
really
you feel the
hot
next day with all that in your system?
Oh, I'm good.
Fireball just tastes too
I know
damn
the
good.
next day
That's the big
I
problem.
felt my chest was on fire and everything. So
Man, that's like eating liquid candy. It's like, damn, that's good. And you don't know when to stop.
Oh, I know when to stop is when I start saying I should probably stop. And that's when I usually stop. Not Granny though. She's gonna start putting little bottles on her tongue, wagging it around, being like, "What's up, babe?"
I would pop them sweet balls right in my mouth.
Yes.
That Fireball got killed, man. But it was really good. You know, I didn't feel bad the next day.
No,
When she was up against
night.
she
If
was
you
up
go
against
the night without Fireball killing you, you're usually fine the next day. It's that night because
Oh,
if you
it
pick
literally
up Fireball, you
it
might never
literally-
drink the stuff ever again.
It literally about killed me. Literally.
Well, couldn't the kids not get the door open because you
No.
passed out against it?
No, I had it fixed so good because I didn't want nobody to go in there on me when I'm in there. So I had it fixed really good where I had it locked. And it was just a piece of board that you twist. But the screw and stuff that I used, it was done really well.
Oh.
It was bad. It was bad. I about froze to death. My coat, I didn't have my coat on. It was hanging up. I couldn't get up to get my coat. I was in the floor and I about froze to death. It was, what was it? 10 degrees or something, Phil?
Oh, I don't remember. Well, damn Christmas time. So yeah.
It was cold.
I saw Voodoo Ranger. Is that I got a feeling that's like a
Some
IPA.
IPAs.
Yeah. And those are all those bitter beers and whatnot that the yuppies drink. I mean, you know, I don't know. There's plenty of those here in Michigan, though, man. Your stouts are probably about 10% of what you find on the shelves in these places, and then you got all sorts of these crazy different IPAs, bitter beer crap things all over the place. So,
See, Phil, these are the ones you need though. The Boulevard, the quadruple. Those
now,
are
see,
good.
I think I saw a Boulevard today.
It's a 10.2, but it is delicious.
So, and see, to me, even to get a stout, and I've seen some of the stouts that were like 5%, 6%. I'm like, and how do you have a stout that's like 5 or 6%? It doesn't seem
Pussy
like,
ass
you know,
stout.
it seems like they should be like at least 8 or 9.
Well, what's a regular Guinness at? Regular Guinness is at what, 6?
I've never had a regular Guinness. I haven't had a Guinness probably in 25 years.
Yeah.
So, and I went to my place last night. Me and my wife last night went out to a place in Michigan called Tilted Axis, like your planets on an axis, Tilted Axis, and they have it's not even a stout. I don't know what you would call it, but it's a dark beer, and it's like 11%. And they put it in a barrel. They don't put it in a barrel for 3 years. They put it in a barrel for a few months, so you really don't get as much of the barrel aged flavor to it. But man, it is good, and again, but you know what? It's not as good as this.
Yeah.
But the only way to get it from them to take it home is to buy a growler of it. Well, a growler of beer, you better drink that bitch in like a day or two, because otherwise that shit gets flat. I mean, the caps and stuff on those, to me, you just can't keep the carbonation in those damn things. And it's like, yeah, you better plan on drinking that thing in a day or two. At least
What's
what
a
I
growler?
might.
What's a growler? 64 ounces?
Mm-hmm.
I could do that.
Well, yeah. Right, it's 5 beers.
I'd say I maybe need to just stop by on Thursday. I'm away home from work and just stop by Freetail Brewery and just get a growler or something and drink it for Clouds and Stouts.
Well, what is that? 4 pints, right? It's 4 16-ounce bottles, right? It's not much.
Yeah. That's,
I mean, you gotta plan. I mean, it's not like tonight I'm not gonna drink that much, but I know I'm gonna have 3 tonight, but it's like,
well, I'm only drinking this one. Then I'm probably gonna
and these are only
go to bed.
And these I think are only 12 ounces, so
But
no, they gotta
those,
be 16. I think it gotta be 16 because it fills this up.
oh yeah, that's the earthier flavored one, right? Because the other one was the Dirty Bastard, which is
Yeah, backwoods bastard. That's the one with the high. Yeah.
it's got like peat in it, like peat moss and stuff.
I don't know, shit's good. Of the beers that aren't BCS, because BCS bottom line, that shit's good. Of the BCS, I think the backwoods bastard is my number 2.
Mm.
So, and it's like 50. They're expensive, I guess. I mean, I guess maybe I'm a beer snob because it's like $14.99 for the 4-pack. So I guess that is kind of expensive. When you go back to my days of paying $15.99 for a case of Michelob Ultra, which is 24 cans, but then that would only last me a day and a half anyways, or on a weekend, a day. So
Yeah, I have been, because we drink almost every night, man. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, I get like my set of beer, and I'm like, oh, this will last me a couple weeks, and then like at the end of the week, I'm like, shit, what am I gonna drink? I have nothing else to drink because we drink all week long.
Well, I think that's what's good about the bourbon is that you don't put as much volume. That's why I was making these. I was drinking 2 of these before because I just put a shot of the bourbon in them, and then 2's good. I'm good, but I didn't doctor these up tonight, so I'm not sure there's peat moss in these, Blake.
One liquor store here.
There is.
One liquor store here for like a year. They sold raffle tickets for a barrel of Jim Beam.
Nobody can read that, Phil.
They sold the raffle tickets for like $10.
Right back.
What the hell?
Hey, Sam.
Look at the head on that.
Hey, Grady.
What's up, Samantha? How you doing?
Good. How are you?
What did you pig out on?
I didn't really pig out because it wasn't really that great.
Oh no!
I was kind of disappointed.
No,
But
no,
it was
no.
a local place called Locals. It's a pizza / burger joint, and yeah, it was. I understand why it was almost empty. So.
Oh no!
But everywhere else in town was super packed. I mean, I called ahead at one place, and it was weird because I called ahead at like 1:00 for 6:00 reservation. She's like, "Yeah, I'm putting your name down. Call at 5:30 to make sure." And she's like, "Well, no, I gotta put you on the list again." And I'm like, "Nope, not doing that. So just forget it." Yeah.
That's nuts.
Oh well.
We had a nice dinner. Again, I was talking, to Groovy last night. We went to a place. They brew their own beers and hard ciders, and they do a ton. I mean, probably a good 20 or 30 beers and hard ciders total. They actually make there. The guy took me on a tour down in the basement of this place, and you're Groovy. What the hell? Well, that's at your house. The bottles.
Yeah.
But anyways,
Mine, I mute.
they also have some gourmet. I wouldn't say gourmet pizzas, but they call them artisan pizzas. And I had a chicken barbecue pizza, very good, but they're more about their beer, and then of course the food is kind of secondary, so that you are putting something in your stomach when you're drinking.
Yeah.
But they've got like
Nice.
beer mac and cheese, where they actually take the same cheese they use for like the hot pretzels. You dip that in, and they make a mac and cheese out of that with some like sprinkle stuff on it. That's really good. They make some really unique pizzas, and again, most of their menu is very limited. But I thought, you know what, this would be a great place. And of course, I'll never get around to it. It'd be a great place where they could do like a wing challenge.
Oh yeah.
It's one of those places where it seems like one of those places where you could go and the people might get excited about someone doing a wing challenge. And I think a place like that, you just get a bottle of sauce that would be like not your mainstream sauce, something from Hellfire, something maybe from that you'd see on the Hot Ones, and you make a batch of wings out of a bottle of that, and it'd be something that would be cool that maybe would bring people in, and because I think people are I don't know, they're kind of used to Buffalo Wild Wings. I mean, there's a Buffalo Wild Wings in every town. Most people don't touch the Carolina Reaper. If you had the Carolina Reaper just doesn't do it for you anymore. And I just think it'd be cool. I mean, I wish I had the capital to start one of my own places, because if I had a place, I would have so many different wing challenges in the place. But then I would also have that same challenge be part of burgers and other types of food. You know what I'm saying? A pizza, like, Roger, where he lives, they've got a hot damn pizza. They actually put Carolina Reaper powder in the dough as part of the. I would love to have a place like that. But again, my biggest worry was you put the kind of capital into something like that would be the fact that you would have a very limited clientele. Even though you'd have normal stuff, you'd have a very limited clientele. And for it to keep going, it'd be tough. So. What's up, David Jones?
Hey, David.
Hey, David.
That day, the belly was pretty rough there, David. I mean, my body felt as bad eating those 33 wings as any spicy challenge. The spicy had nothing to do with it. It was just the volume just had me in a food coma.
So did you eat the other 40?
No, they're out in the garage fridge still. I don't even want to smell them. When I finally got back down to this room, I took everything out, the garbage can. I took everything out that had that smell, turned the fan on, opened up the window so I could get that smell out of this room. I didn't even want to smell it anymore. It's like getting drunk off a Fireball and not wanting to smell Fireball for a while. I didn't even want to smell them anymore. But I feel obligated to, maybe tomorrow night I pull 10 of them out, nuke them, maybe find a sauce back here, add it to what's on there. Maybe we'll see. Something to do something different for tomorrow night. So
We have a place here in Anchorage that we like to go to called Moose's Tooth.
I ever ate.
Great pizza.
It was
and
the
brew.
restaurant that was in the middle of a stockyard. You can go in and order a steak, and she bought the beef right there at the stockyard and had it taken care of and everything. Sold the steaks right there at her restaurant, cooked them there and everything. You go in there and order a big old plate of pork cracklings that she would take and cook and everything right there at the restaurant herself. All that kind of stuff.
I got to stay away from places like that because, man, I mean, I'm doing bad as it is. My eating has not been good. It's just, but I hear that stuff and that's all I want. But see, here's the good part for me. When it comes to my food, I'm cheap. We got a place right next to Tilted Access where I got the beer and stuff last night. They've got a place called Wood Chips, which is a great barbecue place. We never had anything from them because when I look at their prices on stuff, it's like, I'm not going to spend that. And nobody else wants to go there because my wife doesn't like anything that has a smoky flavor to it.
That's like the best flavor ever.
Yeah, well, to her, it tastes like an ashtray, and she smokes. I don't understand it. I really don't. I really don't understand it. But, well, she's not much she doesn't like sauces or anything. She has her salads with no dressing. She She doesn't like anything barbecue.
Don't ever bring her to Texas, Phil.
Well, no, I couldn't even take her to a place to put dry rub stuff on the meat because, again, she wouldn't care for that either. Very picky. Hey, when we started dating again, when I was in the military, she wasn't even eating meat. So now she does eat meat, but like her steak, she gets well done, so it's like shoe leather. So it's not like she's really eating meat anyways, but I know today I was out and about looking for the beer and looking for the Dragon Share and everything else. And I was like, I'm going to stop at one of these fast food places. And I did a double take. I was like, you know what? I would much rather go home to my grill, get one of my burgers out, cook a burger. It's like medium rare, and have something that actually was some meat in a burger, not all the extra shit, and eat that. And that's exactly what I did. I came home and ate that instead of eating the fries and the other garbage today. What's up, Loki?
Hey, Loki.
Hey, Loki.
But that still made me have to take a nap. So
Yeah, Amber wanted a burger today, and then we just got Chili's to go because screw going to a restaurant on Mother's Day.
Right.
So it was a good burger. I had a burger, and then I had a side of asparagus instead of fries. And I did go into a food coma for about 2 hours. I took a 2-hour nap. It was pretty nice.
Well, that was me. I came, literally right down here on the couch. My wife's not even here, so I could have gone up in my bed if I wanted to. Laid right down here on this little couch I got down here, and for about 2 hours, I woke up about 8:15. I kind of rolled around at times, but woke up about 8:15. It's like maybe I should go live. So and that's when I decided to do this. So
Hey, Teresa.
yes, holy shit, we are still alive. Yes. We started off slow. It was me, Raven, and Fulton, So it started off slow, but the panel has gotten better, as you can see. So
Once Raven left, everybody came up, so it was fun.
That's not.
Love you, Russell. Don't listen to him. He's just an asshole.
Yeah.
That's what keep me around for, I guess.
Ah,
Because Mike's not here, so somebody's got to fulfill the role.
that's right. Yeah, Mike already pussed out and went to bed. So
Oh.
yeah, Mike's got to get up at 7 a.m. and start, tearing shit down in his basement. So
I got a
oh, you
pretty
took that's right. You were here earlier. You did take a nap. Now, see, I would have a hard time taking a nap before going to work. I don't care what it is. I would have to sleep before going to work. I would have to get at least 6 hours of sleep before going to work. I don't think I could sleep, be up, take a 2-hour nap, and then go to work. I think it would just wreck me. But that's me. I don't know. I've never done it. So for me, I'm good to take a 2-hour nap, come up in here for a few hours.
Before this afternoon
knock
at
you out,
6,
and go to bed for the
got
night.
back up.
10 p.m. to 7 a.m. Holy mackerel.
That's a long day.
Yeah. And unfortunately, most of those places like Walmart for beans. Although it sounds like Walmart people are getting paid a little bit more. Hopefully, Teresa is part of that. Hopefully, Teresa, they've been taking care of you guys. It sounds like a lot of these places, they've been giving people at Walmart and whatnot raises and bonuses for people who didn't get the time off that everybody else got the time off for during COVID. So I'm hoping that's the case for you. I hope they've taken care of you because you've worked, through all of this when some of us didn't. Of course, Travis didn't get any time off. He just, that's military. Suck it up.
What's up,
Soldier.
NGT?
What's up, Nathan? How you doing, man? That's always how it is in the military.
My ex
right?
got fired for McDonald's for telling the supervisor where they can kiss on.
Well, that's why you get a job at McDonald's, because when you're done with a job at McDonald's, you just tell them to fuck the hell off and you get the hell out of there. You can't do that with a really good job. When you got a McDonald's job, you can you can leave that bitch at any time.
True.
We are going to wearing uniforms again. Yay me. Really? Because most of the places you just got to wear a vest. Now it's and wear your own clothes. Now you got to wear yeah. Well, that sucks. My daughter was lucky. She just recently got out of Walmart. She's dating a guy who her mom and dad have a business where they clean all these retail places. And so her mom wants to get out of doing the bookkeeping and things like that. So she's training my daughter on how to do it. So that's cool. You get a little better paying job and doesn't have to work at Walmart. Not that there's anything wrong with working at Walmart, just, so.
What's up?
We're just watching you.
Was working
Phil, that's creepy.
powder
Man.
coat.
Where's that creepy?
It's like I'm just watching you.
I know
I was
400
It
degrees.
seemed like she was on a different screen than the rest of us, and I like doing that to people. Like when they're not paying attention to us, and they're not seeing they're not on the screen with us. I like going to click and see how long they'll be messing around on something else before they realize that they're on the main screen. That's the first time I've done that.
Touche.
Y'all know I'm sitting in a vehicle on a vehicle seat. This is my old van seat.
I was wondering. I noticed the headrest and was like,
Yep.
I didn't know if that was like new urban decor.
Yes,
It's that new theater seating.
It's a new trend I'm gonna start.
There you go. Yeah.
I'm gonna get all the van seats I can find and start a new thing and start selling them. That's enough.
As stupid as that sounds,
It would work.
I'm just telling you, as stupid as that sounds, there is a genre of people that we're like, hey, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's funny. I had my seat out of my new van. I had set it in my old van, and this seat had been here for a while out of the old van where I didn't use it. So guess which seat burned up? The one out of my new van.
So the question is does that unlatch and fold into the floor like a minivan?
This one?
It's a joke, Granny.
Yeah.
She's like, I'm sitting in my booster seat, okay? Just chill out.
Yeah.
Loki says there's worse things you'd be sitting on.
Yeah, right.
Just ask Mike. Just ask Mike. There's worse things you can be sitting on. He's not in the room, but he's still here. Oh, yeah, I can appreciate that, Teresa. That's when my wife goes to Walmart to go grocery shopping at like 7 in the morning on Saturdays. Doesn't have all the people she's got to work. She can get in, she can get out. The lines are shorter, and she doesn't have to worry about all the people bumping it. Rude people, she's like me. God, I hate rude people when I go shopping. I want to be able to do what I want to do. I don't want people around me to be oblivious to everything. That bugs me. People that are oblivious to everything around them. They are the only person in the grocery store. No one else exists. They don't stay out of anybody else's way.
Or or the two people get together and their buggies right facing each other and they block the whole damn aisle. It's like, excuse me.
Yeah, you should be considerate of other people. I try to be considerate of other people.
Yes.
Eileen.
You sweet.
Get up at 4. Get here at Walmart at 4 a.m.
Hold that thought, Bill.
You got a tendency for taking all your clothes off. Oh man, hot damn, you got a body like. Oh man, hot damn, I'm falling hard like. I like it. Oh man, hot damn, you got a body like.
Thank you, Eileen.
Thank you, Eileen.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Eileen.
Charles
Yeah,
probably can't wait till
I gotta
Father's Day.
I gotta find another new one for the guys. I've been watching some of those crazy Ann's putting up, and oh my, the guy ones are just like I'm just like, all right, I can't watch it.
Yes, you can.
Those are male strippers. You know, the cowboy guy and the guy in the freaking spandex with his junk.
Brown.
Well, they're probably gay.
Yeah, see, that's what I
That's
said.
what guys are.
Those guys are gay.
Any guy who wears those tight leggings confidently is probably same-sex oriented.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
That's what us guys like to think too. So hey, he's gay. He's gay. He's got his stuff with gym socks anyways. No one's that big.
It's not a stereotype if it's always true.
That's right. Right?
Oh, funny. But she's got the guys taken care of over there too. I mean,
Yeah,
we
she
saw
does.
The
Oh,
lady
she does,
she
she
was
does.
pulling up. Yeah,
She just needs to put some music to that shit.
yeah, that's true.
Well, that's where the editing part comes, because again, I put the music to those ones. So
Teresa, don't lie. They're all gay. They're all gay. Well, you got your packaging, huh?
yeah, I got to use this Tuesday night. I haven't cracked. I got 5 of those RARs, so I haven't cracked open any of them yet. So. And then I still got that bottle of bourbon that came along with it. This is cool. I mean, just now by the way, I don't know what you call the glasses that kind of come up. They're like beer glasses, but I bought 2 of them for Todd and Andy from this place. I figured, you know what? They've sent me enough stuff through the year and whatnot. I was like, you know what? Let me send them something. But I want to get something like what they've done for the channel. I gotta find a way to. When we used to etch the glass, I talked about this the other night. We used to etch the glass on the cars. I've got to find a way to get that done to where I can do this myself. I want to be able. I don't want to have to order them. I don't want to have to order 100 glasses in order to send glasses out to people. You know. But we'll see. We'll see.
Start searching, you'll find it.
I've searched it. I need to search it. I need to go more in depth. I don't always think about it. Unfortunately, most of the time I think about it, I'm up here, and most of the time I've been drinking, so I forget about it the next day. So it goes along with the territory, right? All these great ideas, and then the next day it's like, what happened to all those great ideas? I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, Teresa down there next to the border.
That's most of them are she's or he's. It's weird. You never know.
Yeah, around here it's that way.
They aren't bringing anybody on your base yet, are they, Travis?
No. Lackland Air Force Base, yes.
I mean, doesn't it have to be secure?
Should be. But I can't say anything. So if I say anything, I'm a white supremacist.
Well, you've already opened your mouth. You're a white supremacist, so you know.
I said I'm a white nationalist because I'm a nationalist and I'm white.
There you go.
I believe in taking care of ourselves before we take care of others. Nationalist. It's crazy.
Crazy. Nah, hey, if someone wants to go through the proper channels of coming to our country and do it the right way, I'm all about it, you know. But when the cartel's involved and drugs are involved and child trafficking and sex molestations involved, I'm not all about it.
Yeah.
Promise the kid.
Write them down, Phil. Yeah, that's what I should do. I should have a notepad down here, right, Eileen, with all my great ideas. What? You're leaving?
Yeah, I promised the kid a game before bedtime. It's a school night.
I gotcha.
So,
good night,
happy
Sam.
Mother's Day.
Good night,
It's not
Sam.
Happy Mother's Day.
You too. Happy Mother's Day,
Bye.
Moms. love y'all, and dads out there who, are single. Happy Mother's Day.
Yep. Same to me.
Oh, I thought you were trying to pick up single dads. I was like, what? You know, all those dads out there that are single?
That's what it sounded like to me.
Hey, they're mom and dad, so it counts.
That's right.
All right, bye.
Gotcha. See ya.
Hey.
I think I'm going to wrap it up. It's almost midnight here where I'm at.
Yeah, and
And I
still
got a
take a
11 and a
shower
half
and
hour
get
day
up
ahead
at
of me
7
tomorrow.
too.
So I want to thank Travis for coming up here. I want to thank you, Bill, for coming up, hanging out with us. Granny, Sam, of course, Russell and Fulton was up here earlier, so I do appreciate them coming up and hanging out. Everyone out in the chat, Eileen, appreciate the super chats tonight, girl. Everyone out in the chat, I really appreciate y'all coming out here tonight. Think about your moms, not only today, but the rest of the week. It should be like Mother's Day week, because a mom deserves more than a day. They deserve a week. They deserve a month. Think about your moms. Do what you can to help them out. Sometimes helping them out is better than buying them something. So, all right, guys, I love you.
Absolutely.
Keep it spicy.
Keep it spicy.
Keep it spicy. Night all.